They can be a great people, Kal-El. They wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way.
Some police activity going on over there. Interesting. Alright, well, we are over at Goodwill. There we go. Welcome to the video, everybody. Welcome to the channel. We're over at Goodwill. What we're doing, we're looking for items to sell on eBay. Buy low, sell high. Hit the thumbs up to like the video, subscribe. Someone was hovering right next to me in their car. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, and let's get in there and see what we can find for eBay. And away we go. All right. Some of the usuals are not here today. Wonder maybe everybody's at maybe everybody's doing garage sales today. Nothing there. Okay, let's go up this way. We're gonna go straight to the hard goods. I feel like I've got a wonky cart already, kind of pulling me over to the right. But some new faces, you know, new faces at the front. It didn't really feel that great. The quality of that didn't really feel too good. It's like got that Dooney look. This right here, interesting. Ow. Intrigued. No idea what this is, really. Trying to figure out. Little bird, maybe just a generic thing. There's actually a few of those purses that look like Doonies. A lot of purses. Okay. But we really don't need purses. Shoes. Some. But not really. Oh, there's no bins. Okay. Which means let's keep moving this way. All right. There was somebody. Yeah, we won't go through the toy aisle right now. We'll go through it a little bit later. What is this? Hype? Digital voice recorder. Well, it's not in there anymore. Casio. We'll give it a look up. I don't think it's really going to be worth it. JBL. It's all wired. Is that wireless? No. That Plantronics. I'd seen that already. This is a Google router thing. Magic. What is this? Wireless USB adapter. Oh. Merlin Home. I'm just kind of curious. I'll throw it in the cart. Just curious about that. I don't think it's anything really. I think you just plug it into your TV. It has multiple old school type of games. Up here. Okay, there's really this for a kayak rack. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, you know what? They don't have the music on yet. Oh, karaoke machine. They don't have the music on yet, so let's go look at the to set up keyboard on Mac. Connect Lightning. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. It actually might be a good price because it is one of the wireless ones, and it is a smaller style, so that might be okay. I was saying I was going to shoot over to the sporting goods section because there's an ant right there. It is going to be a hot day today, and usually that brings out the insects. I'm assuming they're trying to retreat from the heat as well. Pretty rare. What is this? Mobile Vault Pro. It's not. Okay, there's no tag on it. But I don't know what that. I really don't know what that is. It looks like so it has a standard plug on the end. Well, definitely look it up. I mean, it has like a microphone plug on the other end. I don't know. I'll look it up. I'm curious. Okay, nothing there. Just check this end cap really quick. Well, shot glasses or shooters. We'll pass on that. There's only a couple of people over in the toys, so we might go take a look over there, but we're kind of blocking everything.
Excuse me, I'm right behind
you. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good to see you.
Oh man, here I got it. Oh no.
Look at this.
So we get a chance to look in here, or get a chance to show you guys without having to worry about any music right now. But, what's this? Come on. Oh, whoa, everything's coming with it. Last year. That's kind of cool. Like that. Pick this up down here. Okay. Otherwise, let's see, anything interesting there. Or nothing's really sticking out. I might have to make another round, like another pass, and
Somewhat, yeah. Everything good with you?
It's a small kid size.
No.
What is this?
I haven't been here in a while, but how much I've
Okay.
I don't even see no card there, you know?
All right.
Which means less donation going on.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Something cool right there. We'll take that. Okay, I did quickly walk through the little toy aisle there. I just saw this. It's $6, so I'll just give it a look at to see. They do really well. They sell really fast. That metal bowl I picked up is actually, I think I flashed the back of it, is Nambe. So that should do pretty well. Actually, I just sold a bowl in the middle of the night. So that's pretty good. Of that same brand. Earplugs. Man, there's a lot going on these shelves. Problem is, you move one thing and then everything starts going. Needs a bottom. So this thing, nada. There's little lights, little candles. What's down here? Actually got some weight to it. What does it say on there? What's it? First I thought it said Cameroon. Yeah, might take a look at that. That deserves a little more of a closer look. Put that in there. Bacardi. Okay. See if they're destined to, but most succeed because they're determined to. Like a little soapstone. Let's put that in the cart. That might do okay. I'll put that over here. I wish it wasn't 3 something though. I wish it was more like $1.89. Some mother of pearl. I was looking for that. Oh, it's an Ethan Allen little clock here, but the hands are broken. That can be fixed, but I don't think it's worth it. All right, let's go to the next aisle. Well, someone just caused a bunch of stuff to crash. I think they were going through the bags and it kind of pushed everything over on the opposite side, so. Okay. These wine bottle holders. I think I have. No, this is my cart. I'm double check. I'm pretty sure I have one of these, or it's sold already. I'm pretty sure that's sold already. I'm gonna double check. Just sell so many things, it just kind of lose track. Especially if it's just a one-off item or something that's not really doesn't stick out on my brain. Okay. That's crazy. Oh, wow, that's actually. That is super light. Okay, I didn't anticipate that. It kind of feels. I got a cut glass type of feel to it, but I don't know. I'll put it in the cart just so I can do some more investigative work. Okay. Come back here and grab this too. The cart. Okay. Put that there. I also spotted these little candle holders. It says Rosenthal. Okay. Is it? Yeah, no, I think we'll leave those behind. Alright, not a name that really... They're cool. It's just not gonna. It took a while to sell. All right, let's keep moving. Okay. Miscellaneous pottery and glass. It is packed. Packed full of stuff in here. Is there anything potential? It looks like Temptations down here. It's or like yeah. It's like what do you call it? Onion soup. What is that onion soup called? No. It's marble. We'll leave that behind. Oh yeah, no problem. All right, let's do the cart over here. Right, take that. Batman. North Face. Nah. No, nothing really. Okay, well, definitely put the glass. I would put the calculator back and the. I want to put that wine bottle thing back. I do have one right now, and it hasn't sold yet, so I'm still a little weary to see. I want to see how quickly it sells, what it sells for, all that good stuff. But this appears to be like an early, what they call early American press glass. At least that's what I'm getting on Google search. It is old. It's probably about 50-ish or 60 or so, I think. This one I can't really find anything on it, but we'll probably get it because it's, you know, got cool vintage. I might use that old Saved by the Bell keyword. You've heard me mention that before. Apple products, of course. Got the keyboard. Got a little mouse down there. It's not priced, but we'll see if they can do anything. This is kind of cool, and I think should do well. This is actually for a like electric wheelchair or something, so we'll pick that up. Maybe about $100-ish or so on that, maybe. We'll see. Got to see if it works too. Plug it in. Hopefully it lights up. As a matter of fact, there might be some plugs around here, which I might try to test that on just to see if it lights up. And this thing here is actually not. It's a little like USB LTE or cellular modem. It's actually in there, so that actually sells for about 30 or 40. So we'll take that as well too. Actually, with those little wireless modems, I have found them here before at Goodwill, and I found them actually still active, so I can still use it on somebody else's account. So just, if you do donate any of those, be careful. Make sure you take the SIM card out or deactivate it. So that way somebody's not just, you know, finding it and using up your internet. All right, it's getting pretty packed here. I think we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna see what my wife got. I know she got some of these. The mugs that are in my cart that you might have seen are from the movie or from the TV show Bridgerton or Brighterton. My shirt is getting like yanked down here by my pack. So those are like $20 each or so. Let me show you what those look like here. Ow, just hit my leg. Oops, just clanked them together. But right here, these ones. Boom. So definitely look out for it. It's probably their show, I guess. Not my cup of tea. This bike thing is in my way down here. Okay. But I think we're going to go ahead and move on out of here and grab a little bit of breakfast. We haven't eaten anything this morning, so we might go grab a snack and check out another Goodwill.
Hey everybody, welcome to the end of the video, and hope you guys enjoyed that trip over to Goodwill. Got some great items. It's a great Goodwill, you know, that we go to there. I mean, you guys see in our videos, all the Goodwills are pretty good in our area, jam-packed full of stuff, so the odds of finding something are always very high where we live. And that Goodwill is, you know, one of the better ones in our area, not just from an inventory perspective, but from a pricing perspective. They really price items to move. I mean, some of the items are a little bit higher than normal, but they really price items to move. They do have a Lego set there right now, which I have looked at a couple of times, and I'm kind of tempted to buy it. They have a price at $85, but it's the perpetual calendar, which I don't know if it's retired or not. I haven't looked it up. Not really a set that I would pay attention to, but it's pretty cool. It's just a little you build two little cubes, and then they have the dates and the dates. It's just day of the week, so they have the day of the week on each side, and then a date on each side, and then you just kind of, you know, flip it to the date. It's perpetual in the way that you can always use that same calendar. Not necessarily that's turning perpetually for you. That would be kind of cool, but unfortunately that does not exist. It is morning, so I'm having my cup of coffee this morning, not whiskey. But vintage 80s, 90s, we definitely pick it up. That fanny pack was really cool. Definitely look out for accessories. You don't see me really pick up clothing from that era, just because I don't really go through clothing. I've talked about that. I'm not a clothing reseller. I don't really like selling clothing, but I will pick up some of the obvious stuff if I do see it. I do have a small selection of clothing available on eBay. We sell, you know, probably like once a day, something clothing related. But accessories, we will definitely pick up 80s or 90s accessories. Rollerblading, you know, back in the day, I remember, you know, when I was in high school in the 90s, that, you know, people would bring their rollerblades to school. It used to be like skateboards and everything back in the 80s, but everybody was into rollerblading, and everybody brought their rollerblades. They would rollerblade home, they would do tricks and everything, so I wasn't really into rollerblading, so it wasn't my thing. However, it is very popular, still very popular, and not just to, you know, that item doesn't necessarily just appeal to the rollerblading crowd, it also appeals to the vintage crowd. So trying to find items that aren't so, you know, just focused in one niche, unless that niche is very popular. And I've talked about golfing. Golfing is incredibly popular. So if you niche down into a category like golfing, you're going to have a huge customer base. Vintage, retro, you're going to have a huge customer base. As opposed to something like, I don't know what I have here on, you know, gaming. I mean, that's a huge customer base there. What else? So I'm trying to feel like a small, you know, customer. Here's something that I don't know. Maybe it's a small customer base, but nightlights. Okay, I have this top nightlight. This is actually gonna be. I'm gonna give this away, but nightlights. You know, nightlights aren't necessarily a big thing. It's not really a category you really want to specialize in or niche down in. It doesn't have a very large customer group. I mean, people buy them. Yes, I do buy and sell nightlights. Usually like the scented ones, like the ones you get from Bath and Body Works. But as far as just plain old nightlights, I don't know if people. I mean, I'm pretty sure people still use nightlights. We don't use nightlights. But something like, yeah, Thomas Kincaid. A lot of people will say Thomas Kincaid, you know, it does sell. Don't get me wrong, Thomas Kincaid does sell. You just have to buy it really, really low. You cannot spend too much on Thomas Kincaid. I mean, obviously, if you find any of the original artwork, that does sell. Be tough to ship though on eBay. I mean, it is possible. There are boxes and stuff like that for that, and protection for that, to ship out art. I don't usually ship out art because I'm not, you know, set up to ship out art. Will I ship out art? I have shipped out art, and I will do it from time to time if it's worth it to me. But nightlights, definitely not a category you want to niche down into. Maybe the one-off once in a while. Something like this, you would want to pick up like $1, maybe less, to make it worth it. Okay, Otherwise, Christmas items. Christmas is huge, huge category. I have, Christmas stuff sitting right over there behind the camera that needs to get listed. Footballs. I have footballs over here as well too. Football stuff. Huge market. So if you're going to niche down, make sure you niche down into an area that has a customer base. Don't niche down into a category that has a very small, because then you're limiting your reach or your ability to sell those items. Okay. Let's go on to the what's sold here. And they got some cool items here that's sold. Everything will pop up right over here on this side. And right off the bat, you heard me talk about this in a previous video. My wife spotted these, picked these up. But Lily Pulitzer pillows. We don't typically pick up pillows. Lily Pulitzer is definitely a name to look out for. And I believe I mentioned this. It's not the best quality as far as the, what's made by this, this designer or person. But it sells. It's a name that sells. These pillows aren't the best quality pillows. They aren't soft, comfortable. They're just designed for just a look, aesthetic. And because it has Lily Pulitzer behind it, there are definitely other better pillows, maybe with no names. But because it's Lily Pulitzer, people will buy these. And Lily Pulitzer throw pillow is what you want to put on there. Throw pillow is just a decorative pillow that you throw onto something. It had a bunch of animals on it, so we did African Safari. It's not necessarily the name of the style or the name of the pillow. I threw it on there because there were a bunch of animals that are found in Africa. So African Safari, and I just listed the different animals that appear on that pillow. Sold for $27. So, in my opinion, great sale for a pillow. Even though I can't even tell you the last time I sold. Well, I can tell you when I last sold a pillow because I have a bunch of these Lily Pulitzers right now, and they are selling pretty regularly. But as far as anything other than this, I have no idea because I stay away from the pillow aisle. My wife picked those up, and if she hadn't been there with me, we probably would have left them behind. So it's great to have a second pair of eyes, another person with you that definitely has more knowledge than you, hopefully, or different knowledge than you as well. And she's picked up stuff as well that I've mentioned, like Logitech. I mentioned Raspberry Pi, which are the tiny little computers, and she spotted those as well too. Tablets, stuff like that. So we kind of help each other out, with knowledge and bounce ideas off each other. So definitely helps to have someone that you can go sourcing with, even if it's somebody that you may deem as competition as well too. You might be learning something from those people as well, and they can help you out, you can help them out. So don't think that going out with your competition is going to take away from you. It might add to your knowledge. Okay, next item that's sold, and I sell these things all the time, not necessarily this exact piece, because I think this is just like a little game, knowledge-based game, but Bible Electronics. I sell the electronic Bibles all the time. Every time I find them, I pick them up. Usually they work okay because the battery compartments. People leave batteries and things all the time, and they usually get corroded. So you got to be careful when you're buying these. Take a little screwdriver with you, because a lot of these tiny little electronics will have a little screw that needs to be open, so that way you can inspect the battery compartment. If they don't, obviously it's easy. I have a little bracelet, a little what's it called? It's called a it's by a good brand that you should be reselling if you find it, and I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But it's a little tool bracelet that I wear, and it has a bunch of little screwdrivers on it and little devices that help me to open things up or inspect things. So anything Bible electronic related, definitely pick it up. Not going to sell for high dollar. It's going to be around the $15 range. So you want to pick them up for $1, $2 maybe, $3. Beyond that, it's getting a little bit too high. So right around there is what you want to probably resell. Pick them up for, so we can resell them for around $15. Then the last item we have here is a plush, and we don't sell too many plush. I don't pick up too many plush. Don't get stuck in the trap of picking up Squishmallows. They don't really resell that well. Even when they were very popular, they didn't resell that well. So don't, when it comes to stuff like, especially plush, and I'm just gonna focus it on plush because we're looking at a plush right now. Don't listen to everybody that's telling you gotta pick these up. You gotta pick these up. Even me, do your research. Do your homework. Look up to see what they're going for. Don't go in there and buy during the Squishmallow craze. Supposed Squishmallow. I can't even say the word. During the Squishmallow craze is what I'm looking for here. When everybody was saying pick up Squishmallows, they're gonna sell. They sell fast. They didn't. Trust me. Just buy one or two. Test it out. See how it goes. For me, I found that they sold really well towards the end of the year. So around Christmas time is when they sold really well. But not for that much. So when it comes to plush, be incredibly cautious. Look out for gaming. The ones that are centered around gaming. Pokemon ones, they sold really well. The World of Warcraft ones, they sell incredibly well. So definitely do your homework. If they don't have a tag, which some of them, the tags are cut off. I do come across that a lot. It's going to make it a little more difficult. Use Google Image to help you out. But these SeaWorld ones, with all that said, these SeaWorld ones, with orcas, they're depicting orcas, do incredibly well, and they sell for right around $15. So again, you don't want to pick it up for too much. $1 to maybe $3 the highest. It's going to sell relatively fast. This took about a month to sell, but orcas and or killer whales. Fun fact: killer whales. The reason why they call them killer whales is because they eat whales, and they just eventually earned that name. Or they got that name, killer whales, because they ate other whales. But technically, they're an orca, and an orca is the largest in the. They are still a whale, just like a bison is not a buffalo, but it's still in the what's called the bovine family of animals, which include cows, buffalo, bison. So an orca is in the whale family. However, it is not all whales are orcas, and orcas are actually the largest in the dolphins. The dolphins are technically in the whale family, but they're dolphins, and an orca is the largest dolphin in the dolphin family. So, there's a little fun fact there. Orcas, and this one was a little bit special. So these orcas that pick up, the SeaWorld. Most of them are SeaWorld. I haven't really sold any that are not SeaWorld. I can't remember one where I did not pick one up that was not SeaWorld. But, I did. I think I picked up a Monterey Bay Aquarium branded one as well. And they'll sell for right around the $15 range, between $15 and $20. This one definitely probably sold a little bit more because it had the little baby orca along with it, so that probably helped to get it sold for a little bit more, closer to that $20 range. But it's more going to be somewhere between $15 and $20, maybe more leaning towards $15 if it's just a singular used orca. But I have sold the SeaWorld one. The other plush that I can remember right off the top of my head that sells really well is the Monterey Bay Aquarium branded giant octopus, Pacific giant octopus. So those ones do sell really well. Axolotls sell really well as well too. You've heard me say, I think I even threw that in a thumbnail one time. But yeah, those are some great sales that just happened. We're gonna get the rest of our sales out. This is the morning that I'm finishing this this video up, so I gotta get some more orders out. We're definitely going to go to a Goodwill today. I'm mixing up my schedule as of late as far as me going out and sourcing. I am trying to avoid Tuesdays now, which are the senior days. Not really finding too much on senior days because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of seniors out there, of course. And then also two Goodwills in my area tend to do inventory change. They tend to take down all old stuff, put up new stuff on Tuesdays. So in the mornings or early days when I'm going out there, they're moving a lot of stuff off the shelves. So the shelves are looking a little more barren for items that they put up later on that day or later on that evening. So Wednesdays, which I typically go to flea markets, I'm kind of changing and going to Goodwills on those days. Tuesdays now, I'm pretty much reserving for getting items listed and up and cleaning up around here. And then Thursdays, we're going to the flea market. Friday, still kind of up in the air, but I'm pretty much going to the flea market on Fridays. So just change things up a bit, make things a little bit different, because I've been finding some great stuff on Wednesdays at Goodwill. So we're going to do that. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the thumbs up to like the video, subscribe, comment down below, and hit the bell notification.
They can be a great people, Kal-El, they wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way.
Alright, make sure I got everything set here. Welcome everyone to the video, welcome to the channel. We're over at Goodwill. And we're going to look for items to resell on eBay. We're going to get in there. I don't know, today's kind of an off day today. We had some things to do in the morning and got all that done. So we're here a little bit later than normal. Typically we would be at another Goodwill right now, but this one's a bit closer to where we're at. So let's get in there and see what we can find, buy and sell on eBay. Like the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, bell notification, comment down below, and here we go. Alright, so I already scoped out the glass area. It doesn't look very good. A lot of action figures are here, but they've been here for a while. They're priced up quite a bit. So they're more modern ones that you'll find at Target and everything. But I was at Target yesterday picking up a few things. And I always swing by the Legos, check what they have, see what their prices are. And it looks like they are discounting a lot of stuff at Target. So when that happens, I tend to find it a lot over here. They might be, well, it might be open. We'll take a look at that. I'll be discontinuing a lot of stuff, and so we'll have to keep our eye out on that. Ultrasonic humidifier. Thought that was something else. Here it's empty. Camera. It's not. If I have the Logitech cameras, that'll be okay. Well, these are pretty cool to have on hand, but that box is empty. And let's see anything here. All right, let's go take a look at the toys. Okay, so I kind of moved through a couple of aisles pretty quickly here. It's a little busy, but got the Chewbacca. I think the set's sealed. I was looking in it. It looks completely sealed on the inside, which will be good. But we got the Build-A-Bear Chewbacca, which should be about $20-ish. Picked up this, definitely a brand to look out for. It's still for about $20, but there's the name right there. Just nicely made leather wallet. Should sell for $20. This one here, I'm not sure about. At first, it's definitely not the best quality. I'll tell you that right now, but it's nicely made. And I thought initially it said Brighton, but it doesn't. I thought maybe a Buxton, but it's not that either. I'm going to look into it just a little bit more. I might leave it behind. It just doesn't feel that great, but I'm definitely going to check the name on that. These super clear ones are usually signed Olga Cassini. Ooh. There's a lot of like wedding decoration and stuff, and known for that super clear crystal glass. Okay. One thing that's kind of crazy is that I've had some Cutco knife blocks sitting around, and they suddenly all sold pretty quickly, which is nice. So I definitely will be on the lookout for more. If I can find any. Nope, not up there, nothing up there. There's some little dessert plates. Or appetizer plates, not dessert. Well, I could use dessert on that too. Tinkerbell missing the head there. Just spotted that. And check out these end caps over here. And I'm not really seeing much over here. We are getting closer to the music. So, oh no, somebody just broke something. I always forget that they bring these bins out over here. Every time I come, I'm like, oh, there's bins. Nothing really there. As far as the like sitting pads, you want to look out for the purple ones, the brand purple. Those ones do really well. There's one of these guys. How much do they want for it? Decent brand to look out for. $6. I'll think about it. I probably won't get it just because it's pretty dirty. Voit. This is like a. This is one of the better brands to look out for. More like a for your desk or office size. Okay, let's keep looking. These little Jeep strollers can do pretty well locally. It feels like it's all wrapped up and still in there. They want $64.99. I think these retail for double that. But Jeep ones do pretty well, especially the rolling carts. You find sometimes they do pop up here from time to time, and those do really well locally. I mean, you could sell them online. Don't get me wrong. It's just the shipping is going to be wild on that. Okay, let's turn around the corner here. I'm going to turn on the sound might get a little bit, or my voice might get a little different because because of the music, I'm going to turn on the noise canceling feature. So I might just try to speak a little bit louder, not use my switch maybe to my outdoor voice instead of my indoor voice that I typically use. Here's like a cauldron style Starbucks cup. That's actually kind of cool at $2.89. That might be worth it. It's more like a cauldron or more like a dumbbell, kettlebell style. Definitely some keywords to use to get this. I've never seen this one before. I'm gonna put it in the cart and take a look at that later. Already done. It's not anything. Let me see if there's any of the mugs that I collect, which I collect Denny mugs. This kind of has like a Starbucks-esque look to it, but it's definitely not. See if there's any other mugs. Yeah. Okay, we're not really seeing anything else here. Except for that Starbucks one, which we'll definitely look up. I'll have to get back to you and see, because I've never seen it before. So, I don't see any more of those. This looks like the only one. But we'll definitely keep an eye on the end caps, because they will put mugs and stuff there as well. Alright, I'm going to move through this aisle. It's just mostly plates, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, we're over here in the miscellaneous glass and pottery. We have a Egyptian, maybe a Nefertiti bust. Not 100% sure who that is. We got this. Oh, it's coming apart here. Well, interesting little. This is actually ceramic with plastic. Oh no, wait, it's resin with plastic. I think this is plastic. Feels plastic, but it's broken. So I hear something rolling out there. I'm wondering if it's a cart or not. Little green vase, nothing really spectacular. This I think is homemade. This is definitely not. Look at this. Oh yeah, someone posted. Disney does not do those. Or at least I've never seen those flattened wine bottles. My cart still has a mind of its own. Perpetual calendar with gnomes on it. That's the TJ Maxx sign right there. Little bears we're going to stay away from. This like style of jar, ginger jar. It's missing the lid for this one. I don't really like to buy ginger jars. They don't really move that quickly. They're nice. Kind of cool, nicely painted. I'm trying to also glance over here at the clear glass, which is on the other side. Just to keep an eye out, make sure I don't pass anything up that I should be getting. Interesting, but a no. Alright, I'm going to continue to move through here. I'm going to just take a quick pass by the clear glass on the opposite side. If there's anything of note, I will let you know. Alright, walk by the clear glass and I spotted this. You guys know I always pick up, I don't always, I should say, but I do like to pick up whiskey rocks glasses. And I've bought and sold these before. For the pair, should go for right around $20-ish. They want $2 each, which isn't bad. Would I like to get them for less? Oh yeah, definitely. But it's got a cool little like geometric design on the bottom. We'll pick those up. I kind of like them too. Okay. I still need to look up that that Starbucks dumbbell something glass. Okay. And yeah, these really, you're not really gonna, yeah, you'll get hits here from time to time, but there's a Grey Goose. $1.89. If I could find more of those, that would be cool, but I've said the Belvedere are a little more rarer, and do go for a little bit more. Belvedere vodka. Grey Goose, there's a lot of Grey Goose out there. Okay, let's look at this end cap over here. And glass thing there, nothing really cool. Oh, looks like it's supposed to be a bell, maybe? I'm missing the little thing on the inside? Alright. Let's... Alright, I'm gonna roll out, check out the, over to the right, there's a large, yeah, like large item section. Check this guy out, big old mana ray. Interesting. Okay. Oh, wait a second. You know what I just noticed right now as I was walking by? These are little Grey Goose martini glass, like stemless martini glasses. Those are kind of cool. I'll put these in the cart and look these up. There's a little whiskey one, but this one isn't really worth too much. Let's put these in the cart and we'll look these up. While I'm looking at the large items, I'm going to go ahead and just quickly glance at media as well too. Okay, we're over in the miscellaneous area here. Got a little pack of compact VHS tapes. I don't think these would be worth it, but it does have a barcode on the back. Let's see if I can scan that really quick and see if it comes up with anything. I'm just going to use the eBay app to scan the barcode. And brand new, $16. So probably about $15-ish is what we're looking at. I saw some as low as 10. We'll probably leave it behind. It might sit forever. You could potentially buy those and use them as testers, you know, test items out. Test if you find any cameras. Oh, like a Seiko. The Seiko is definitely more of a premium name. American had a dictionary and thesaurus. These ones, you want to find them brand new to try to resell them. Used, they just don't go for that much. This area's actually pretty cleaned up today. Not too bad. Is this a pipe? Oh no. Thought maybe that was glass or something. Alright. Air pump. A funky little calculator now. What's inside this box here? Look like a personalized speaker. Alright. Well, I'm not really seeing too much here in this aisle. We'll definitely take a look, but I think that's about it. Let me show you what I got in the cart. So we got the Lego set. You know me, I can't pass up Legos. Everything's sealed on the inside, so that's good. We got the Chewbacca. This we're gonna put back. It's just not good quality, and I can't figure out the exact name of that one. Got the wallet. Oh, I found the whole season of Battlestar Galactica, which I've been on the lookout for to add to my media server. I think I gotta figure out which ones exactly I have, so I don't buy doubles. This is kind of cool. Not really any comps on it, but $5.59. I think I can get at least $20 or $30 on that guy. These Grey Goose ones only go for about $12 for a pair, so we're going to put those back. We're getting the Johnny Walker. I'm going to put this back. It's just a little too dirty for me. And the Cauldron, I still have not found anything on this. I'll update you guys later, but it's pretty cool. I think we're going to pick it up for $2.89, though. I'm going to go see what my wife has, and then I'm going to put some stuff back, see if she needs me to put anything back. Otherwise, if I see anything else, I'll pop it back on here, but we'll see at the end.
Welcome everybody to the end of the video. Thank you guys for staying to the end to see what sold, and I have a little special surprise to show you. But let me know what you guys thought about the trip. Nothing crazy there. Got some decent items to resell. And those whiskey glasses, they already sold. You know, definitely look out for whiskey glasses. But you probably want to stay away from like Jim Beam are pretty common. Jack Daniels are very common. Other ones like Johnny Walker is, you know, considered more of a premium brand. It's a Scotch whiskey, and I believe I talked about them before. So those ones do pretty well, around $15 to $20 for a set of 2. That is, and those ones were kind of cool because on the bottom they kind of had like a little prism type of look to them on the bottom, so that was pretty cool. And other ones I've sold, like, you know, obscure ones, like I've talked about the Belvedere vodka. Those ones go for almost about $20 a glass, so definitely keep your eyes out for those. And then you want to stay away from probably Grey Goose. There's just too many out there. There's just so much Grey Goose stuff out there. I mean, they come out with different box sets every single year. Costco, Bevmo, you know, what's the other one? Total Wine. So they're always coming out with box sets, and you know, some of the bigger names, or more common names, I should say, the more common names come out with, you know, gift sets all the time. So I'll tell you, I definitely would appreciate a nice gift set because, you know, I don't really have a need for anything. I think my camera is like off center or something. All right, there we go. Something was looking a bit off with it. Yeah, you know, I Legos or whiskey, Legos or whiskey or something like that, you know, or pizza, or I'm pizza too. I like pizza. like I tell my wife or kids, or you know, I love pizza. I'm a huge pizza guy, and even bad pizza, in my opinion, I'll still eat it. I'll still like it, but I don't know it's bad pizza, but I'll still like it. A few things I don't like on my pizza. I don't particularly like. The one thing I really, really can't stand on pizza, olives. Black olives, that is. Black olives. I really, really do dislike black olives, so I don't like it on pizza. I'll pick them off. Occasionally they will get eaten because they'll be hiding underneath like salami or pepperoni or something. But just like a good pepperoni with, like over at, what do you call it? BJ's. If you have a BJ's restaurant, you know, they do a decent deep dish pizza. But they have their pepperoni extreme, and they have like this really like thin strips of pepperoni. Really, really good. Okay, But really quick, before we get to the what sold, I want to show you guys what I picked up. So, Hallmark. There's the Hallmark bag. So, they released, I think I spoke about this a few videos ago, but they released their holiday ornaments. I think it was yesterday or a day before. I thought it was last weekend or this past weekend, but it was, I think I got the call on Monday. So, I was finally able to go out there and pick them up. You have to sign up in advance. I think I was number 157, the number on this bag? 152 or 157? 152. I was number 152 in line, on the wait list, I should say, to get my ornament. So, you're not guaranteed to get the ornaments. You know, they release them all. So, but obviously, everybody's going to go after the most sought after, that, you know, have been the most sought after are the Disney ones. Disney's been collabing with them. They've been collabing with them for a while, but they're coming out with their Haunted Mansion versions. And so we're huge fans of the Haunted Mansion. We definitely like all the other rides. You know, Pirates of the Caribbean is one ride we ride every single time. The first time, that's the first ride we ride every single time. I was just remembering the last trip we went. Yeah, we did ride Pirates of the Caribbean. That's the first one we go to, and the first one we ride and we get it in. Then obviously Haunted Mansion is one of our most favorite. Soaring is a great ride. It's over in California Adventure. I'm talking about Disneyland. I'm pretty sure. I know they have Pirates over at Disney World and the other one, Small World over there. Soaring, I don't know if they have Soaring over there. They might have Soaring, but Soaring's a really fun ride. What else do we ride? I'm drawing like a blank now. Oh, Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is such a cool one. Star Tours. Then the Toy Story ones. There's the Buzz Lightyear. There's the, what do you call it? Toy Story Mania, or Midway Mania, I believe is what it's called. Really cool. So, we're huge fans of the Haunted Mansion. I mean, we're huge fans of haunted stuff. I mean, you guys saw on my channel, I went over to the Winchester Mystery House. I dropped that video of that special, edition, that special, ghost investigation, which we were able to be a part of, and that was really cool too. I don't know if they're going to be doing it in the future. That was a special one-time event. They do something called a Spirit Walk, which is it's different than the standard tour, and I don't think you could take video during the standard tour. I'm not 100%. I think it's photos or video. I'm not 100% sure, but there's the Spirit Walk, and the Spirit Walk is really cool because they take you in through the front door of the actual mansion. The other ones you go through the side door. This one they take you through the front door, and they take you through different parts of the house that is not on the standard tour. So just a really cool, just a little bit different, you know. Otherwise, we're all about haunted here, right? We're watching a haunted series right now on HBO, so that's really cool. Okay, so first we got the Haunted Mansion. This is the coffin in the conservatory, so really cool. Check that one out. I picked these up here. So I was 150. You can't, you know, last year we kind of missed out, and so when they initially called me, they said they only had one ornament. I was like, oh, only one? Well, I mean, I guess it's only one. I mean, at least got something. Then when I got there, they had the bag for me, and I was like, oh, sweet. All right, cool. So there is still one more Haunted Mansion one that's coming out, Madame Leota. That one's pretty cool too, and these are all animated and everything. There's another Haunted Mansion one with the if you guys are familiar with the Haunted Mansion ride, there's the singing busts, so the statues that are inside towards the end of the ride. They're in like the backyard area, I guess, or the cemetery area, and they have a bunch of statue heads, and they're singing the song. And this one here, this is the caretaker and his dog, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the old version of that one. So there's an updated version. This is my wife was telling me, although I don't remember. This is Constance Hatchaway. I didn't realize that was her name. Constance Hatchaway. So she's in the attic of the ride, and she's known for chopping off the heads, I guess, or killing her husbands. And then this one is really cool, and I do believe this was from last year. Let me see, Grandma. This doesn't have a date on it, but I believe this is a re-release for this year, and we did miss out on this one last year. We didn't get a chance to get it. So Victor Geist, and that is really cool, playing the organ there. So pretty cool. We got those ornaments. There's, like I said, there's still another one coming out in October. The other one that we did that we missed out on last year that we didn't get a chance to get, which I'll probably buy on eBay, is the the electric parade, the electric light, Disney's electrical parade, the Main Street electrical parade. I had to sing it to myself to remember that. That takes me straight back to my childhood. That parade, it was the highlight of my childhood when we were in Disneyland. Really cool. Just really, it's just a classic. It's a classic. I love the electrical parade. Never necessarily a fan of all the parades. We tend to ride the rides when the parades are going on because everyone's focused in on the parade. So boom, boom, boom. Usually the rides have little to no wait. So that's what we like to do. Oh, Cars is also a great roller coaster. I mean, or ride. It's not really a roller coaster. It's not a roller coaster. It's a ride. Really great. Really cool. Definitely, if you're have motion sickness, do not ride the inside of the carousel at California Adventure. We were going to do that. We did that before. We were kind of running early for a dinner, so I was like, "Hey, let's just go on the carousel." No, it's not a carousel. It's a Ferris wheel. No, let's go on the Ferris wheel. And then I was like, I think it'd be a little more fun if we went on the inside. Oh man, let me tell you, I was sick for about an hour and a half after that. So let me tell you, I did not enjoy my dinner. So, but let's get over to the what solds here. Okay, we got some cool, unique items here that I want to show you. And the first one right off the bat that I'm going to show you here, and I put 3 pictures of this so you can see exactly what it is. But $76.47 is what this item sold for. So cool, great profit on this item. David Stewart vase. It did sit for a while, and the reason is, if you see in one of the pictures there, it's got a chip. Now, if it did not have that chip, we're talking about a $300 vase. Because of the chip, $76.47. So definitely look out for David Stewart pottery. A really well-made pottery. So this one's obviously signed, and the other pieces are signed, so you'll be able to easily identify it. And the signature is pretty clear. It's not like some people that sign it and you really, taking pictures and you expand the little picture to try to see what the letters are. This one is clear as day, and so easy to identify. But it's just a well-made pottery piece. Get used to well-made pottery pieces. Just go to Goodwill and you'll eventually pick up on it and learn, what's good pottery and what's bad pottery. However, anthropology pieces aren't really the best quality. But I'll tell you what, I sold the anthropology vase, the ones with the big old rose or flower on the front of it. I sold one of those for like $40, and those are not the best quality. Not handmade, made in China. But they still sell. People still want them. Why? Because their anthropology is slapped on the label. So, but this one is really cool and would have sold for $300 if not for that chip. So, condition is everything. All right, now another one that I was not familiar with, and I looked up the label when I was there. But we have a dog plush, a French poodle, and this is Kamar. Vintage. I really didn't have any idea with it, but I just knew it was well made. And when you see me walking through these places, I'll stop and just feel the items, like through the purses. I'll go through the purses and I'll pick them up. Like the other day when I told you I was trying to make a joke with this purse, and I picked it up and I was like, wait a second, this is something else. This is something that's pretty good. And it turned out to be a Brighton purse. Same thing with this poodle. I picked it up and I was like, this is just well made. As you are out there, as you start finding items, you're gonna learn the difference between what feels well made or good condition or premium products. You're gonna get the feel for it, and eventually you'll be able to pick them up and be like, with a little more research, you'll be like, hey, that's a great pickup. And sure enough, this was a great pickup. I mean, because it was only $1 at the flea market. I'm pretty sure it was only $1. I think I got some big old bundle. I'm not 100% sure. But I would not have paid that much for a plush, because I do not pay that much for plushes unless they're a guaranteed thing. But this was $17.95. So not bad. Not getting rich off it, but we're making some pretty good profit, and we're selling a plush. And plush are easy to picture, easy to store. They're usually right around £1, so they go on a poly bag. They're not going to break or anything like that. So really great item. Look out for it. And another video I did about, I think I did a video about looking out for different brand purses, or MZ Wallace, that's what it was. MZ Wallace branded purses and accessories. Here's another one, Charles Jordan. Keep your eye out for it. Definitely sells for more of a premium. It doesn't sell that fast. Took about a couple months to sell, but $65 is what we got for this purse. Little drawstring purse. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe, because I couldn't find anything just like this, that this might be more like a makeup bag, or it might have been like a giveaway or something. But it was really nicely made. It was a nice soft leather. Again, talking about the feel of a product, and that's what led me to be like, let me just take a look at this. Just like in the video, I was talking about the wallets right there. One of them just felt really good, and sure. I mean that. And when I looked at the name, I was like, okay, yeah, I've sold this before. That should sell for about $20. Not bad. I mean, $20. I mean, it's not bad for a wallet, right? You're gonna pay. What did I pay there? Like $3 or did I flash the thing in there? I'm not sure, but probably about $3, $4, maybe $6 on the high end. I don't think it was $6 though. And then the other wallet just did not have the same quality. I saw the name, and the name was really what kind of triggered. Wait, was that Brighton? Wait, no, wait. I couldn't really make it out, but the quality just wasn't there, so I put it back. And this purse right here, when I picked it up, I was like, this is a good quality leather. It's well made. You check the stitching, the stitching done really well, and sure enough, $65, pretty good. By the way, it's actually going to Alaska. I don't really send too much stuff out to Alaska, so that's kind of odd. And I was hearing, so I'm going to drop a shipping video. It's not a very in-depth shipping video, more going over the pricing, what to expect it to cost to ship to different areas here within the, I should say, the lower 48 states. Because I think Alaska's a little bit more. Because I shipped that purse to Alaska, and it was $11 something cents. However, I did hear recently, so eBay changed up its international shipping program a little bit, and they're adding Puerto Rico into that shipping. A bit odd, because, and the reason why people were talking about this, why it's a bit odd, because Puerto Rico technically is a territory of the United States, and shipping there is pretty standard. It's like East Coast shipping costs. So I don't know why exactly they're doing that. However, I have experienced more issues shipping there to Puerto Rico than somewhere, say, like Hawaii, which is also over a body of water. So I don't know exactly why they're doing that. It might cost those people from Puerto Rico a little bit more from a shipping perspective, because it's going into the international shipping program. But from a seller side, we're going to have that that security that if you sell something there and something happens to it, eBay is going to cover it. If the buyer ends up trying to return it, eBay will cover that as well. So good from my perspective. And then I did hear somebody say that Alaska was going into that. I didn't see that Alaska was going into that. Don't really know if that's true or not, and I haven't really looked into it. Been really, really busy sourcing, and just got too much now. I've been sourcing, and I have a lot of stuff, and I got to get all this stuff listed. A little bit of a death pile, but it's all great stuff, great items. Oh, Bolo. So you saw that the Battlestar Galactica stuff I was picking up. I didn't, I've still got to determine which ones I have and which one I don't have. However, this isn't the right one. I was just at that same Goodwill not too long ago, and we got In Living Color. For those of you that may or may not remember this, I was watching this when I was a kid. Probably completely inappropriate for me to watch, but I still watched it, still loved it. I watched a lot of movies and everything when I was a kid that were probably I would have let my kids watch, but check that. And season 5, that's the one you want to look out for, though. Season 5, this one should go for about $60 to $70. However, I'm going to add it to my media server before I sell it, so that way I have a copy of it and I can watch it whenever I would like. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up to like the video and subscribe and hit the bell notification to get notified when I drop these videos. Like I said, I'm going to have that shipping video out on Saturday, so that's kind of like an off day, so not a typical day where I drop videos. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the items I picked up in the video. Let me know what you guys think of let me know what you think of Hallmark ornaments. Are you guys collecting or not collecting? And then let me know about what's sold. What do you guys think about that? Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.
They can be a great people, Kal-El. They wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way.
All right, everybody, welcome to the video. We're at Goodwill. Today's 4th of July, and in our area, 4th of July sales. So I've already been out to Goodwill already. Got the 35% off, which is up until about noon, I believe. And then after that's 25% off most donated item. Most every other item about 25% off. So it's pretty busy. Let's get in there, see what we can find. Hopefully we can find some good items right now at this Goodwill. This one we're coming a little bit later. So it's almost 1 o'clock and we're at this other Goodwill that I'm actually going to film at. Like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below. Okay, here we go. What do we have here? This looks familiar. Yeah, these aren't really worth that much. Little brass snake. Okay, let's go this way. So one thing I am curious about is another Goodwill I was at earlier today. They had a ton of Star Wars toys, fairly modern. Got some older Lego sets. There was some older stuff sprinkled in with a lot of newer, modern Star Wars things. I did pick up several items. I'll probably drop a short on that a little bit later today. Don't know if you guys can see anything because of the glare. But we're looking at the jewelry. And okay, let's keep moving this way. So I was kind of curious to know what happened to the other if the toys were isolated to that one Goodwill or if they were kind of spread out among others. And so far I'm not seeing anything. iPad Pro Smart Keyboard. The elephant kind of looks like a probably a Waterford. Doesn't look like a Baccarat. Just kind of hoping. Okay, which I found around here before. Got out here a little glass dolphin. Oh, that's pretty cool. See that sign on the bottom there? It's a Lennox. We'll check it out a little bit. We'll do a little more, make sure there's no cracks or anything a little bit later. They want 16, but we're going to get a discount off of that, so that's not bad. That we've seen there already. I think I've seen those birds here already. You may see some of the same stuff as the Goodwill that we visit regularly. Let's go try electronics. Okay, we're over in the clear glass. Electronics appeared to not be too much. I mean, I found some more of these little Federal glass shot glasses. So $5, it'll be a little bit better than that when we check out. So 6 of them in there. Probably about $20-ish or so for 6 of them. There's a giant Fire King anchor hawking. That's a big one too. It's a 4 cups. That's pretty cool. However, not much else here in the clear. I've shown this in the previous, this will probably pop up in a previous video. It's been there for a while. I forgot what the name of that was, but definitely not worth it. And it had a top to it too, so its top's not here. Okay, let's move down this way. They're pretty cool, like large michelada or chavela margarita type glasses. Okay. A nice hot day, a nice chavela. I'm not a big fan of michelada because that comes with tomato juice. I don't know, it just, I like salsa, but it's like I'm drinking salsa. I do like salsa though. The red glass section. It's known for their coffee, but just think of this large strainer, coffee strainer. It's kind of odd, like French press style. This is still here, but even at the discount, this is not going to be worth it. Oh, it's a gigantic rooster, $32. It's not really worth it. It's like a home goods piece is what it is. Oh, I just put a giant fingerprint on my glasses, and that's pretty annoying. Let's check the other aisle here. It kind of looks like sea glass, like it's not, but it kind of gives that look of the glass globes that fishermen would use. All right. Let's see. There is nada in the. This is like the little Halloween, Easter holiday section with the wood. You got up here a little cedar box thing with a mirror. Let's see. It's older, but I don't think it's gonna be really worth it. This clock is kind of interesting, although it's not very good quality. It has an old look to it, but it's probably a little bit older, but from Home Goods. We have one of these. This is one of those Harrods. There's a bunch of like bears from Harrods floating around. It's supposed to look like Davy Crockett, I guess. What does this say? Historical figures. Oh, it's a Dakin. Limited to 5,000. Is it supposed to be a Davy Crockett? Maybe we'll look into it just because it's a Dakin. Well, it says creations by Dakin. $8.09. I mean, it is a discount day, so the tortilla. Oh, what do we have here? Little. Oh, that does not look good at all. We're not going to mess with that. Okay, let's move on down here. Okay, I'm kind of just wandering at this point. Really, I went over to the clothes and shoes. Wasn't that good, and things are a little thrashed over there. My wife did warn me about that. But I think we're just going to walk out with what we got. Not too much. I mean, a cool little trinket. Maybe there was more here earlier, but decided to go to another Goodwill earlier today. So I did get some good scores at that one. Yeah, but there'll probably be another Goodwill trip attached to this. I'm pretty sure this was short. And then we'll be on to the end of the video. After another Goodwill. Stop another Goodwill. Okay, well, we didn't go that far down the road. We just came down to Savers. And the music's kind of loud here. But let's go ahead and see really quick what we can find. Okay, let's see. All right, see if we can find her. Okay, I'm not really finding anything here. Look at this little wall pocket. It's kind of cool, just a pottery. It's a local San Rafael that's up north of us here. But just a cool little, I don't know, got a little Aztec hearts vibe to it. Really well made. I'll probably pick that up, and maybe that's about it. That's a super Bombay. It's got kind of hair on the bottom. And you know what? We might just have to run to another an actual Goodwill, another thrift store, I should say, but a Goodwill after this. Okay, so I think we're just gonna roll out of here. There's really nothing. Can't find anything except for this little wall pocket. It's kind of cool. It's from San Rafael. Here, let me twist it this way. From San Rafael, so up north of us here. It's kind of cool. It's maybe about $20 or $30, but I think we're gonna move on down the road and hit an actual Goodwill, another thrift store. Because there's nothing here. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is the second Goodwill of the day that we are at. Well, I should say second for the video, that is. This is my fourth Goodwill. Oh, plus Savers too. Second Goodwill. So we were just at Savers, now we're at another Goodwill. We're in Campbell right now, so just because the Goodwill and the Savers for the video weren't that good, in my opinion. So let's see what we can find here. Okay, the music's kind of a little bit loud, but we're on the board with some ink right here. It's going to be less than that, $3. They go anywhere from 10 to 15 each, so we should do okay with that. Let me see what we got up here. It doesn't feel very good. Uh-oh. Chiller. I don't know if I said it earlier, but the Goodwills in my area were open at 8 a.m. this morning, so, and I was already out and about, and it sure seems like on this holiday, the 8 a.m. was where all the good stuff was. But these other couple of Goodwills here don't really,
You vlogging right now?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thanks. And this is interesting. Interested in that. Let me see if I can get that off really quick. Oh, come on. I'm gonna look that up. Look at that name. It's got a nice feel to it. There's the name right there. If you guys can see it, but I'm gonna look it up really quick and see if it's gonna be worth it. Okay, so we'll probably end up leaving it behind. It goes for $20 to $30-ish or so, and even with a little bit of a discount that we get today, it's not going to be that worth it. It's not going to be worth it. That way. Okay, so there was a lot of activity over there at the other when I cut the camera. However, kind of interesting. It looks like kind of has that Capodimonte type of pottery-ish look, ceramic look, but no, it is not. These are kind of cool. These are like flowers. I'm not sure if they're. I think they're like carved They're not glass. I think they're like stone. I'm not 100% sure on these. I'll have to ask my wife on these ones. But this one here is broken right there, so we'll leave that behind. But we'll pick these two up. These look pretty good. Oh, let me show you the price on those. There's the price on that right there. So that's what they cost on both of those. We'll get those two. Those should do pretty well. Nothing crazy. Maybe about $20-ish on each of those. That Noah's Ark. That's just a random pottery piece with some spider webs in it. This looks familiar. Guess the top's not going to come off, is it? In Thailand. Certified International. They're pretty cool. Got like a mosaic-esque look to it, but just there was rice in that. Clay art. A monkey. That's actually kind of heavy, but actually, is that a monkey? You can tell by the tail. If it has a tail, it's a monkey. If it's not a monkey, it's some sort of an ape. Correct myself. Feel this kind of, I don't know, like with sharp edges on that pilgrim. Not really seeing much else here. Disney mug looks older. $2.39. Kind of nice. I'll see what my wife thinks about that. Interesting frame. Some sort of a marble type of base, something. Maybe like a coaster. Okay. What's back here in the... Really nothing over here on this opposite side. Let's go around the other aisle. Okay, we bounced over the toy section here. I didn't see anything else really in the other ones. Gotta be careful with this. Kind of looks like a Lego thing, but it's not actually Lego. You can't call it Lego. Oh, look, what are these called again? What?
Glass trees?
Glass trees, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, uh-oh. Somebody dropped
Found
something.
two of them?
Found two of them. Another one was broken. So I was like, I left that behind. I got some ink and Disneyland Paris mug. I don't know. Disneyland Paris mug. Again, with the Lego kind of theme. Nano bricks. These do okay. They're like souvenir pieces. Probably purchased, somewhere around the Statue of Liberty, if I had to guess. If it's sealed, it's good. If it's not sealed, let's see. Kind of not sealed there, but are there any pieces? Looks like there's a random piece floating around in there. We'll leave that behind. Sometimes it just depends. They go for like around $20-ish. But not if it's open though. Those pieces are tiny. Tiny. Superman. Right here, when it comes to golf clubs, we're pretty much looking for the big names. We're looking for Ping, Nike. I don't see those here, so we'll probably definitely stay away from them. I'm definitely trying to get away from it as well, too. Let's see. Right. Okay, that's going to be it. I'm going to wrap it up here. And not too, I guess on these holidays, you want to be here at 8 o'clock to get all the good stuff. 'Cause that's what I found earlier today. So later in the day, looks like everything just kind of gets, you know, everything's kind of in a bit of disarray, and most of the good stuff already gets taken. So we still got a few good things. Still pretty good for later in the day. Stay tuned for the end, and we'll go over some what's sold.
Okay, welcome to the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed that trip over to Goodwill, Savers, Goodwill. So that was 4th of July holiday. So the Goodwills in our area do a sale. They usually open early. They open at 8 a.m. And on sales days, you can expect a line or lots of people just waiting to get in because it's a sale. Everybody wants the deal. And I started out that day at other Goodwills. The Goodwills in the videos aren't from the beginning of the day. Those are later on in the day. It was just it was pretty hectic, you know, in the morning. I think I talked about this in a previous video, but I went to one Goodwill where they had we had heard there was going to be a lot of toys, a lot of Star Wars stuff. So that's the one that I focused most of my attention. That's the one I was waiting for at the door, and there was, you know, lots of people waiting. Everybody got the same tip. So however, you know, we still went to the other side because there's still, you know, discounts throughout the day. They started like at 35%. I think that goes until about 12 noon. The items that are donated, like, or the items they get from Target or retail, usually I think they're around 20% off just throughout the day, no matter what. But then all other merchandise that, you know, that gets donated, all the other color tags are about 35% off. Then they go down to 25, and then I think they hover around 20 or 15. It's somewhere around there. Either way, everybody's out for the discounts. It's busy, busy, busy. So we don't really we don't expect, and there usually isn't, you know, any restocking of the shelves going, because trust me, it's like a Black Friday every time there's a sale at Goodwill. There's people waiting. We get in there, it's just there's a long line to get checked out. So I don't think they really have time to, you know, bring stuff, you know. So they usually have a lot of stuff set up. The one that I actually went to first thing in the morning, they had a whole, you know, several new shelving units they had up in the front full of this toy collection, as well as several large bins full of toys. So they were already prepped and ready the night before, and I don't think they would have, you know, restocked later in the day. I think they have a good amount of inventory. Obviously, things are gonna get a little crazy, a little hectic, a little, you know, cluttered. So that is to be expected on these holidays in our area. I don't know if you guys' Goodwills, do they do sales at all? Let me know down in the comments down below. But we try to get to them just because, yeah, obviously you're going to get a better deal. We want to get, you know, lowest price possible on some of these items. And the Goodwills in our area do hold items specifically for the sales day. So, like the toys, you know, we heard the toys were going to be there, but they weren't going to be there. They were there. We heard the toys were there at the Goodwill, but they weren't going to be put out until the day of the sale. So, and we saw on the tags, you know, it said, a lot of them had the price tags, and they have a date on the price tags, so you can see when it was priced. Not necessarily when it comes out to the floor, but when they actually put the price on it. It was, I think, about 5 or 6 days in advance of the actual sale was when the date was on the price tag. So they had it sitting back there. They were waiting for the right day, and obviously, you know, things are priced up a little bit higher because there is going to be a discount. Do expect that. It is a retail. Not a trick or anything like that. It's just something they do to make you think you got a good deal. So, otherwise, let me know what you guys think of the pickups in this video. So the later in the day, you know, wasn't so good. You know, we went to one close Goodwill that wasn't that great. Savers wasn't really having anything going on, so it was just the typical 20% off coupon if you made a donation. And then the other Goodwill was in Campbell, so, and that one typically is smaller, typically isn't the greatest, but a lot of just bread and butter stuff. Nothing wild, nothing, you know, spectacular, nothing I really even want to mention, because it's just stuff we put in the store that just moves, you know, all the time. It's not, you know, going to be a crazy, you know, amount of profit, but it's still going to keep things moving in the store. We'll still make money, and that is the most important thing. All right, let's take a look at what sold, and everything will appear over here, as you guys know. Right off the bat, and this is a vintage Enesco Garfield tile, so definitely look out for these. I pick them up. You don't want to spend too much on them. They're going to be around the $15 range. So you want to spend $1 or $2, maybe $3, $5 is going to be kind of pushing it for this item, in my opinion. Just depending upon the subject matter, you know, the more characters in it, the better. And I thought this was really cool. So what did it say right there? It says someone who. How can you win against someone who doesn't even know the rules of the game? So, kind of a cool little quote there. Enesco. A lot of Enesco is found, in, at least in my area, in Hallmark. So, our Hallmark in our local mall just has tons and tons of stuff. Matter of fact, we were in the previous video, that's where I got all the ornaments from. The Haunted Mansion ornament. So vintage Enesco, I'm going to put Enesco in there because Enesco, you know, is a known brand name, and Garfield, obviously Garfield Odie. It is a tile, has a little hang thing on the back as well too, so you can hang it up or mount, put it on your desk, however you wish to display it. And I try to put as much as the quote in the title that it allowed, and then the rest of the quote I actually put in the description. So I make sure to put the full quote in the description. So pretty cool, but it's Garfield Enesco. That's what got it sold. Great piece, great item. Definitely look out for it. It's only going to sell for about $15. Okay, now the next item is Fenton glass, and you'll hear a lot of people talk about Fenton glass. It's not necessarily the best, pretty common, but it's popular. People like it, and people, you know, will pay generally for these smaller pieces, which I have right here, about $15 to $20. I priced this at $20, and it sold for $20. So great little item. The hobnail, very popular pattern, and then obviously you got the cranberry with the opalescence. You know, it's just a classic mid-century modern type of piece. It's a tiny vase. Sometimes the tinier the better, especially when it comes to shipping wise. You know, small little box, it's gonna be a piece of cake. But sometimes the smaller the better. And if you get the colored glass tends to do better than clear glass, so definitely be on the lookout for colored glasses. And obviously, you know, it's Fenton, so really cool, mid-century modern. Got the ruffle top on it, the cranberry color. I think I said, what did I say? I said cranberry initially? What color did I don't remember what I said. I'll have to rewatch this, but it's the cranberry opalescence, hobnail, ruffle top. Cool miniature little vase, like a bud vase. You can even throw bud vase in there as well too. Fenton, great little piece of mid-century modern. $20 is what it sold for. So you don't want to spend too much. And if it goes for about $20, I would be okay paying around $5 for it. Maybe $5 and some change. Once you start getting to 6 or 7, then you're like, is it worth the effort? Especially because it's glass, and it's going to take a little bit more to ship it out, a little bit more packaging paper, a little bit more bubble wrap. You might have to put an oversized box just to make sure it doesn't jiggle around, or it doesn't get it does not bump against the edges of the box either. So just keep all that in mind when you're out there searching for items. How are you going to package that? How are you going to ship it? What is it going to cost you to ship it? Not just the cost of the label, but what is it going to cost you to ship it as far as the supplies go. Okay, then next piece. This is a great item. I pick these up all the time. These are chess clocks. So, you know, for tournament chess, you know, timed chess, not just, you know, casual chess. I mean, some people play timed chess casually, but time chess. So this is a really cool one because this was a real wood. I tend to find a lot of the more plastic that looks like wood, and those ones generally right around $30 to $40. Not too, pretty cool, pretty good, because I can find them for around anywhere between like $2.50 to $5 is what I typically find them for at Goodwills. And this one too, this was no exception. This one I found for, I think this was like about $3 or $4, not too much. So for $100, I knew when it was real wood, I knew it was more of a premium product. And this one I found in the wood section at a Goodwill. So picked it up. I knew it was going to be a little bit more. I didn't know really what it was going to go for. I knew that they historically will sell for around $30-ish. But when I got home and I started looking up the real wood ones, because I knew the real wood ones go for more. And sure enough, I priced it at $150 because I really wasn't sure. Couldn't find the exact comp on this one. Someone shot me an offer of $100 and I accepted it. And they're, $100. Make sure it works. It's pretty easy, it has on the back, it has the wind up mechanism and everything, and then it has the two start and stop buttons for each clock on top of it. And also just make sure all the dials are there. I have found them at the flea market, and they're just the dials just completely destroyed. I don't even know sometimes where the dial, or not the dials, the hands. Sometimes like the hands are missing. I'm like, how in the world are the hands go missing? It's just strange. To disintegrate on the inside. I have no idea, because I have seen them at the flea markets, and they're in bad condition when they're at the flea market. At Goodwill, they're usually in decent condition. I actually picked up another one. It's kind of like a black and white one. It's somewhere. We gotta do some cleanup this coming week. We've been buying, and listing too, but the buying is kind of outweighing the listing part. So either we gotta list more, which I'm trying to do, but it was the weekend, so I don't really I'm not really as strict on my listing when it comes to like Friday and Saturday I should say, because Sunday we get back to work. But not so like just strict on just making sure I hit a certain quota, which my quota typically is around 15 items a day listed. I try to list 15 a day. And that's kind of like the mark. It's not like a hard set rule, but it's just something I like to stick to. Just set the goal and I try to hit it if I can. But there's no reason why I can't hit it, because I have a lot of stuff right here. I just get get busy with life and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think of the video, of the trips, of the 3 different spots we hit today, and we got mediocre stuff. I'll call it mediocre. It's not like, not the best in the world, but it is kind of cool stuff. I mean, those little stone jade plants, those are pretty cool little items. The ink always sells. You put it up, you get it for less than you get it for under $2, and it'll sell for like $10, $12-ish or so. You definitely want to look for the XL. If you look for the ink, look for the XL. The XL usually will go for around $15-ish. The ones that are not XL, generally more around $10-ish to $12. You might be able to get away with close to $12. It kind of depends. But that's the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. Subscribe. Like the video. Hit the thumbs up. Comment. Let me know what you guys think of the trip and everything else. And bell notification. Don't forget the bell notification. Thank you guys for watching.
They can be a great people, Kal-El. They wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way.
Welcome everybody to the video. Welcome to the channel. We're over at Goodwill. It's Saturday morning. It's really hot this time of year right now. It's like over 100 degrees. Oh, well, it's going to be over 100 degrees. Not 100 degrees now, but it's going to be over 100 degrees. And there is a flea market. I did want to get to the Dianza flea market, but it's going to be way too hot, and we're running kind of late. My allergies just been killing me since this heat wave started. So just a Goodwill trip today. Let's go ahead and get in there, see what we can find. We're looking for items for eBay, buy low, sell high. Hit the thumbs up to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe. Let's get in there. It is so hot. It is sandal weather for me. Independence Day. We were here for the. We weren't at this one. We were at other Goodwills for the Independence Day sale. Okay, pretty quiet today. Okay, that was kind of loud. Okay, music's kind of loud. Let me turn this on. Yeah. Now, I will say we haven't been to this Goodwill in a while. And by a while, it's like a week and a half. We typically come here pretty often. So if we're gone for a week, it's been a while. And one of the main reasons is it just hasn't had that many great items as of late. So we're really hoping to get some great things here. Yeah, there's a camcorder creative. I'm probably gonna look at that camcorder really quick. They have a Lego set. We might pick that up if that's still sealed. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at a few things here. Okay, so we did get we're gonna get the JVC camera. It was only $16, and that should sell for around $50. I've sold that model before. And then I picked up the two Creative. They were old company called Creative. They did a lot of audio equipment, and there was a couple of their MP3 players there, brand new in the box. So I picked those up as well, $11 each. The Lego set was $32, and it's not a cool enough set. Not really. I'm not really into car sets. Actually kind of nice here today, not too busy. It could be because of this is brand new seal. Look at this. That's an official Monopoly. It's not even the Opoly ones for $6. I'm pretty sure that should be good. We'll definitely double check that. I think probably because Deanne's a flea market and the heat, so that could be keeping people away. So ready puzzle. See, this is the. See, these are the ones that are not official Monopoly. Dogopoly. Those ones you pretty much want to just stay away from. There might be a few here and there that can sell well, but for the most part, you want to stay away from those Opolis. Here's that 3D planet. It's got like an old world type of map on there. I might pick that. It's only $4. It's brand new sealed. I'm gonna definitely take. I know if you are an Amazon seller, that would probably be like great right now, but that's not where we're looking. Okay, what's over here? I don't really see anything on the opposite side. Some Friends TV show. It's a puzzle. Okay. Okay, what's that? Is that like an actual fishbowl open? That's kind of weird. That's supposed to be a fishbowl, or just it's Metropolis. This is made in the USA. It's really heavy. I'll ask my wife about that. Okay, I've showed those Millie Flory glasses, tumbler glasses. This is a margarita glass. So I'm gonna be on the lookout to see if there's any more of these. But just see how they're really stretched out. Not the best quality, but it is kind of cool. And the other ones did incredibly well, so I'm gonna keep my eye out for this. Actually, it's fused in there, so we'll probably go take a look at the clear glass. Oh, they want $3 though. Definitely have to look that up. It's a Nintendo controller. That's the original plug for $4. I haven't sold these in a while, so I'll double check. This might even be a replica. Yeah, I think this might be a replica because it should say Nintendo somewhere there, and I don't feel any wording under there. Look at it was sitting right here, so maybe in the clear glass. Okay. No keyboards, but they might have moved to another area. What is this? Comics? Yeah, no. I did recently sell a Sony, one of those Sony Dream Machines, which it was actually a CD player. So the Dream Machines do okay if you can get them for a low enough price, but generally they're going to be priced a little bit too high. But the CD player did sell for quite a bit. Here's a keyboard again. It's actually a decent keyboard here. Oh, just got some. So Steel Series is a good brand. Oh, it's just some powder. So these are pretty heavy duty. These Steel Series Apex, so fairly common, but it's got some funk on there. It's $8. It'll probably be. I just don't feel like cleaning it up. I mean, if it's already got gunk there, who knows what's in between the keys. It's probably like a $25 keyboard. It's a really nice one. Nice heavy duty. But it's just kind of like a generic Steel Series. It's not their... It's kind of like their entry level. So... Okay. Here's a lava lamp. And that would be a good price if it had the lid. Or had the top to it, I should say. So, it doesn't necessarily, close. This is supposed to be sealed like this, but it should have a little topper, just kind of complete the look. And I don't see that there. So, okay. All right, let's check another aisle. Okay, here we are in the Target aisle. It's kind of weird. It's kind of eerie because it's so quiet. We'll definitely be able to hear if any carts come out. We're in the little Target new area. It's like a little interesting. And there is nothing really here for us. So sometimes they'll have some Lego stuff, sets and stuff here, and they still have these. These are just priced a little bit too high. They're cool, but oh, that's actually a is that a drone? Farming? No, it's not a drone. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, so let's back into the donated items. It's an interesting bowl. Looks made. Oh yeah. I was gonna say, it looks like someone made that. Sure enough, someone just stuffed a bunch of fake foliage. The pie crust top. Be kind of cool if there was a bottom to that. Oh, we got 3 something on it. We'll put that back. And sporting goods section was a little bit. There was somebody putting items away in there, so we'll head back over there. Spotting this like Mexican glass kind of milk pitcher thing. It's just not fancy enough. It's just a little too plain. Okay, we're in the metals, and there's some clear glass. I'm gonna keep our eye out for those Margarita Milleflori glasses. So I see some brass over there. Giant pandas, music box. That is old, but Alden accessories. Let me look that up really quick. Yeah, there's listed for around $4, so it's not going to be worth it. What I'd be able to price it at would be far too low. So. Nice scent, and generally I would pick these up, but they're almost $8, so I'm not gonna pick them up for $8. Usually they're around the $3 range, which would make more sense for me. No, the White Barn. White Barn is Bed Bath. No, Bath and Body Works. That's I actually really like that scent. Oh man, I mean, it's a better price than in the store. I think in the store they're about $30 a candle. No, wait, there's a price on the bottom. $25 a candle. I kind of like the scent of those. I might just pick those up for personal use items. So I was looking at the brass. It's nothing really that. I'm guessing why there's so many of the same is probably used for a ceremony and then donated after it was done. Not really that old or anything. Some shelves here. Pretty heavy. Okay. Okay, this is where, if any more of those Millie Flory glasses would be. They might be scattered throughout, but see, here's another. This is just a regular margarita glass here, but yeah, I don't see any more of those. And just me looking around, I really don't see anything here that would even be worth it. Okay, let's move along here. Okay, this is one of the reasons why we always circle back. I found this Lego set just stashed away. It is too much to pay for it, $30. Plus, this isn't a very popular series, but I am going to hold on to it. It will resell for around $35-ish. But what tends to happen with Lego a lot is they'll discontinue a series, and then those series ones will start to go up in value. So I think if I hold on to it and I keep it new, I don't recommend speculating on Lego, but I do because I like Lego. I like to collect them. Worst case scenario, it goes as a gift to someone because everyone likes Legos. There's something I might actually pick up, Belvedere vodka. I've always said you always see Grey Goose, but you don't really see Belvedere vodka stuff too much. And in my opinion, my personal opinion, Belvedere vodka is better. My preferred vodka of choice. Trying to see if I see any more Belvedere. Like the glasses sell really well. The Martini Belvedere glasses sell incredibly well fast. All right, let's keep moving. Okay, here's some I just found right now. It's hiding. $4.89 candle holder. You see that sticker right there? Then you know it's a Bath and Body Works. So really cool one. These can do really well, especially the holiday ones. That one's probably about a $20 candle holder, and they're very lightweight. Very easy to ship. The only thing is, you want to put them in a box because you don't want them to get bent or anything in shipping. And another reason why you double back over the shelves because that was hiding behind some mugs. So. Pottery, some kind, not really that great. It's like an amber glass, but it's not. It's super modern. Jack Daniels is just really overproduced. It's really got to be something special. Oh, we never checked the mugs. We never walked over to the main mug section, which I always like to pop into and look at. For those of you just joining, I always look for Denis mugs. It's something I collect. I don't find them too often around where we, in our immediate city, but a lot of tourist cities around us, they will have them and sell them. These are usually at shops or like a Fire King restaurant weird type of mug. It's kind of cool. They sell them as souvenirs. Different, diners and stuff will have them. Bed and breakfast. And I've purchased them at full price. They're usually like $20, $25 a mug. So my preference is to find them donated. All right, let's keep moving through here. All right, check this out. I found this here. It was inside the, with all the furniture and everything. It is open. So we're gonna check that out. Hopefully the minifigures are still in there. People will go through these, pull out the minifigures, and then leave the rest of the set. They want $70. It's only worth it if it has all the minifigures. Even if it's slightly used, it's still worth it. And then we also found this. This is an 8400 GS. I want $16 on it. Not really worth it, even if it's in there. Look at, again, it was over here, stashed away. Someone probably opened it up and took it out, so let's see. Okay, so I just went through it. It's a little more difficult because it is a larger set, smaller set, obviously, less pieces, easier to go through. It is a set I have been wanting to get. It has the Emperor, it has Queen Amidala, it has at least one of the other troopers in it. What are they called? They're called Coruscant Guard. It definitely has one of the Coruscant Guard. It has the helmet for Commander Fox. And it's pretty cool. I think I'm definitely going to get it. I'm not really a big collector of the... I have a Commander Fox in a different variant. I'm not really a collector of the actual troopers, but some of the troopers can be incredibly valuable, and it's really just on the variant of their, or really what their, armor is decorated as. So I do have like Commander Rex, and there's like a wolf pack, and the figures underneath, like they just look pretty generic. Let me flip it around. The figures underneath are pretty generic, and the armoring, like the painting on the actual bodies and legs are pretty much the same, but it's the helmet that really makes it the actual, what gives it the value or the desirability, I should say, among the LEGO community. And so there are a huge Wolfpack set, which I have them all, and I think the commander in that, which I'm not sure the commander's name right off the top of my head, goes for like $150 on its own, $200. It has gone up and down in value, but it hovers well over $100. I was looking at something else here, and then the rest of the little, sub-ranking characters, hover around $50 to $60 each. So definitely something to look out for if you do any Lego speculating. Picking up the more expensive sets that have those unique troopers in them can be profitable down the line, but or will go up in value. Could go up in value down the line. All right, we're gonna keep moving through here. Pretty cool find. I really did want that set to build out, and I don't mind that it's used because I do plan on building them out, and I would have taken the minifigures out eventually. I don't do that often, because I have so many sets to go through. But, yeah, pretty cool. All right, that's going to wrap up the trip for today. We're going to head on out, and if I see anything else, I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, stay tuned for the end.
Hey everybody, welcome to the end of the video. Just getting my camera set up here. I do have the fan going, so you can hear that in the background. It's a little hot. A little bit of a heat wave where we're at this week, so hopefully get back to normal the next couple days. But hope you guys enjoyed that trip over to Goodwill. That was a pretty sweet day. Whenever I find a set that I've been looking for, that I've been wanting to pick up, then it's like, all right, cool. This just made my day. Whether I find anything to resell or anything like that, I'm like, dang, I got a great deal on that one. I don't know if I mentioned that in the video or not, but I actually asked the manager. He gave me a deal on it, and the reason being, I went through it, I looked at it. It was definitely missing two minifigures, and it was definitely missing some other pieces. I could kind of tell from just looking at it. I've been doing Legos so long, I can pretty much look at a Lego set, and if it's all loose in there, determine if it's complete or not complete, or I can look at a loose box and kind of tell what kind of sets are in there. Obviously, there are minifigures in there. It makes it a little easier, but this was a set I've been wanting to get. It's pretty. I think it's $150-ish or so right now retail, which is why I kind of hesitate to pull the trigger on sets like. I can't just go buying sets all the time. So, just like, anything else, anybody collects, you can't just go buy it all up all at once, so you gotta kind of pace yourself and, be responsible. Although I do have a lot of sets around here that I need to, I'm definitely not going to get to building all these sets. I'll tell you that right now. All the ones I have, maybe I'll eventually sell some off. There are definitely some that are in my collection. I collect a lot of Star Wars. I'm staring at Indiana Jones ones over there. That's definitely staying in the set because who doesn't love Indiana Jones? Temple of Doom was one of my favorite ones. The first one I actually saw was Temple of Doom. And definitely one of my all-time favorite movies. But I did build this set out because I did want this one. I want to display it. It's the Republic. It's the it's not the actual like gunship that everyone has come to know from and it's a very loved not just set but ship from Star Wars prequels. If you ever find the Republic gunship vintage collection, that one goes for hundreds. I've sold it just with minimal amount of pieces, and I sold that. Oh God, I sold that a few years ago, and if I'm not mistaken, just a few pieces I had sold for about $120. So the Republic gunship, I think they have the right now what they call the Ultimate Collector Series, which is the UCS is the acronym. And those are the big ones, the big display pieces. They're not really meant to play with it at all, just because they're so big. The original version of the gunship Lego form, brand new, I think it goes for $400 to $500. Used, probably more around the used and complete, about $150 to $200. But just a really cool set. This is the Coruscant. Security gunship, I believe is what it's called. I have to double check that. But really cool. Definitely was not complete. I had to get some pieces from my own personal stash of extra pieces that I keep around. I had to get one of these extra little figures in there. And I had to get Commander Fox, which Commander Fox right here, this is the one that goes for the most, around $30 just for this individual figure right here from this set. Not even I don't have the other, I already put away the other ones. But the Padme and Chancellor Palpatine, I already put those away. Those go for about $10 to $15-ish. But this one here is the these specialty printed what do you call it? Troopers do really well. The individual, like the generic troopers, the generic printed troopers, all the heads are pretty much the same. Let me take this one off. This one's actually, these newer ones have been more of a, I think they call it olive skin. I'm not sure what they call that color, but a little bit more of a darker tone. They were lighter, a few years ago. But all the heads are about the same, but it's just all the accessories that come with it and the printing on those accessories, printing on the body pieces and all that. So really cool. Look at it, completed set. Kind of reverse engineer it because it was kind of partially built already, and there was some loose pieces in there. So partially built pieces. So you gotta kind of reverse engineer things here. Fairly easy, not too bad. Of a set. It is a larger set. So there were quite a few pieces, but I was still able to knock it out in about a couple hours. So pretty cool set. But there it is right there. So very exciting to find that cool Lego set, and it's on display right now. And then the other thing I want to talk about, the candles. The candles were, oh man, they were really priced just too much, because the candles are going to go for right around between $15 to $20. Those Bed Bath & Beyond and White Barn, those are the only ones I pretty much pick up. Yankee Candle can do pretty good depending on the scent. There are some other ones, but I pretty much stick to I always want to say Bed Bath & Beyond, but it's not. It's Bath & Body Works. I pretty much stick to those candle, or White Barn. White Barn is the same as Bath & Body Works. So I pretty much stick to those, and they'll sell for roughly between around $15 to $20 a candle. The 3-wick candles, that is. The smaller ones, they do make smaller, kind of like in a little jar, single wick. Those ones are going to go for around $10. So you definitely want to pay about $1, maybe $2 at the most, and that'll be it. Just because you do need to think about shipping on those things. They definitely come in glass, so you got to put them in a box. You got to put bubble wrap. I use bubble wrap and packaging paper, so you have to think of the cost associated with that as well too. Generally, they're going to be up to the 2-pound-ish range. I believe the 3 wicks kind of cross over that a little bit. I think it just goes over 2 pounds, so you got to price it to 3 pounds. So be aware that if you charge your buyer the shipping, which I definitely recommend you do, the shipping is going to be a little bit higher on those, so it could deter some buyers. So you better have a good scent. Basically, you better have a good candle or retired scent. Sometimes retired scents do really well. Scents that they make specifically for certain holidays, but they don't bring them back and do really well. But I'll pick them up if they're typically around $2.59. I don't know why they were priced up all of a sudden, but $2.59 is typically what I pick them up for, and sell them between $15 and $20 a piece on those candles. So we took one candle home just for us, but it was a good day. Good day. Let me know down below what you guys think of the Goodwill trip that we had today. I think it was a good day, and you know my thoughts on that. All right, let's get into the what's sold. There is something I want to talk about in the what's sold as well too, in regards to pricing and all the other stuff. So where are we at here? Okay, we'll talk about it right off the bat here. So everything will appear right up here on this side to my, was that my right? My right, your left. Okay, so we got a Logitech camera, webcam. $15.30 is what it sold for. Now, these webcams, during the pandemic, these were, I think this model was going for around $100. So, as you can see, when there's not a need or not a demand, prices drop, and they drop considerably. So, $15.30. The average going price for these was right around $20. eBay even recommended I price it at $20 when I list it. So, I was going to price it at $20 just because that's what the average is of what they sell for. Now, these I got inside a bag. The Goodwill our Goodwills now have baggy walls. Well, some of them do. We went to another Goodwill which didn't have it yet, but most of the ones we went to, several of the ones we went to, started having baggy walls again. We found a baggie with 3 cameras in it. 3 of these, 2 just like this, and another version from Logitech as well too. So it was $3.99. So they should go for about $20 each. So we're looking a listed value of about $60. I gotta remember to say that listed value. So listed value for this was around $20. I could have held out. I could have not sent any offers on this. However, I'm in the boat of always moving items, keeping things going, trying to get my money back. And what did I spend originally on this? On 3 of them, I spent $3.99. So with this one sale, I'm already into the profit on this item. And then once we sell the other ones, we'll definitely be on the overall bundle. We're gonna be, like I've always talked about. I always say I try to be around $15 profit on each, $15 to $20 profit on each item, especially if we're picking it up from the Goodwill. Now this was in a bundle deal, so we're taking the bundle here, and for the bundle we will definitely hit that mark. This first one kind of puts over the profit already, which is great. $15.30. Items don't always sell for what people say in the videos. Some people will throw comps on the board. Some people will give you like a range. I prefer the range. If somebody tells you it's going to sell between maybe this or this, yeah, I don't really like when people say you give you they give you the comp, and it's always the highest comp that's around. It's like, okay, that's an outlier usually. When you see the highest comp around, it could be true. It definitely could be true, depending upon the market. Is it something that's in low demand? Is it some sort of variant that is obviously higher? So there are cases where it definitely happens, but I do believe a lot of people give you the highest comp possible. They tell you like this is what it's sold for. I think one of the highest comps on this camera, which I think it was like $30-something. So I could have just posted $30. That's what it's going to sell for, and then that's it. And then I don't think that's the right information to give. You really got to tell the whole story regarding the item. We're listing on eBay. When you're searching comps on eBay, you're going to see a range of. It's pretty rare where something always sells consistently $25, $25, $25, $25, $25, $25. It's not usually the case. Usually it's like 25, 22, maybe 26, maybe 20, maybe 27, then maybe like $10. Some of them there are bids. There are there are bids and buy it nows. I always recommend putting on buy it now. Bidding, there are unique cases where that works. And a lot of people will throw out the bidding number. I don't really. I do take that in consideration. I do believe the bid is... You can look at it in a couple ways. The bidding is the true amount someone's willing to pay for that item. It's the true market. You put it out on the market, and people were, giving you their best offers. But bidding too, the auction only lasts for so long. Maybe the right buyers weren't there. Maybe they were off. Maybe they weren't paying attention. I know that's happened to me on many occasions where I miss an auction I was bidding on. I'm like, oh, and then I missed out. Actually, it happened to me twice on 2 mini figures I was trying to get not too long ago, and I was bidding, and I kind of forgot. I'm like, oh, I completely forgot about it. So you get reminders and everything. Sometimes you just forget about it. So maybe the buyers weren't right there. You don't really know the whole story. But if people are consistently buying it on a buy it now, then that's pretty much the going rate as well too. So there's many ways to look at this. Definitely look at a range. I look at the average and I try to price it right around that average, right in the middle of what it's going for. I will generally, for the most part, have best offer on items. I'll be sending out offers. Anything over $20, for the most part, I'll have best offer on it, and then I'm always sending out offers as well too. Okay. We try to. Let's move on from that here and move over to nesting dolls. I've talked about this before. This was a great sale. I priced this one up, so $7.36 is what it sold for. And why did I price this one up? I priced this one up because there were so many in this little set, and it was tiny. It's not actually very big, as you can see by the ruler there. It's only about 4.5 inches in height, and this thing goes all the way down to a little bitty tiny one. That little one down there at the bottom there, it's very tiny. I couldn't believe it as I was opening this thing up, and they kept opening. I'm like, wow. And it's really decorated very nicely, painted very well, has nice little beaded embellishments. Pick these up. Very rare for them to go for like $67. Typically, they're right around the $20-ish range, $30 range, depending on how many are in there, the condition it's in. But these higher-end ones are out there. Be on the lookout. They sell pretty consistently for me. I think this is my last one, and typically you can get them at a great price. Goodwill, I think I picked them up on average for about $3 a piece on all these. But keep your eye out. They do really well. Nesting dolls. Okay, then the last one here is I've been talking about I think I did a video about designer purses, things to look out for. Here's another one to look out for right here. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it right, but Graf Lanz. Well, what tipped me off first of all was when I picked it up, I noticed it was wool. I was like, wow, this is really nice, thick, heavyweight. Sure enough, I looked at the tag on the inside, merino wool. Just a really nice pink salmon is how I described the color. And when I looked this up online, it was considered a beach bag. So I didn't really put purse in there. I probably should have put purse, but it's more of a tote style, kind of carry-all. There's not really there's one pocket on the inside, maybe for your wallet or something. Then you just throw everything else in there. Very well made. Check the stitching on some of these items. If the stitching is, on point, there's no zigzaggy lines, no stitching crossing over other stitching or anything like that. This stitching was immaculate on this bag, so it really tipped me off because I didn't know the name initially. I was like, oh, I don't know the name, but I know someone put their name on it, so obviously they want someone to know, hey, this is my bag. And then from there, the condition really, I picked it up and I was like, wow, this is a nicely well-made bag. And I talk about it all the time. You got to get used to great quality items. It's just, once you get used to, you know, certain items, and it could be anywhere from purses to glass to pottery to, yeah, then I talk about some other ones like Lily Pulitzer. You know, I don't know why it goes for so much. I have those pillows. I, you know, sold other Lily Pulitzer items. It's just not best quality, but people buy it because of the name. Just like Anthropologie, people buy it because of the name. It's not really that great of quality, but then you have a purse like this one where you pick it up, it's like, man, this is amazing quality, and it sells for a good price. $60. Did I say that? Or you saw it in the picture. $60 what it sold for. So that was a Goodwill pickup. So great sale there. Some great sales. Let me know how your guys' sales are doing. Let me know what you guys think of the trip at the Goodwill. Let me know about your Legos. If you guys collect Legos, I kind of collect a little bit of everything. Obviously, Legos, one of my biggest ones. I also collect Dino Riders. They are hanging out. As far as toys and stuff like that go, I collect Dino Riders. I collect unique glassware. I collect whiskey stuff, whiskey branded items, decanters, cool glass orb. I want to get a larger, see, check this out. Really cool, just a controlled bubble. It's nothing, probably like a $20 piece. Just a little paperweights, a little bit of a cloudy bottom, not polished. I mean, if it was polished, you could definitely, it might go for a little bit more, a little bit more quality if it was polished. But just a really cool, I'm looking for a larger one though. My mother-in-law has a nice large amber one, which is really cool. And I kind of want to get one for a centerpiece, but this will do for now. And I don't want to spend a crazy amount because why? Kind of cheap, and also because I spend all my money on Lego. So let me know what you guys think down below. Thumbs up to like the video, subscribe, bell notification, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
They can be a great people, Kal-El. They wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way.
Everybody, welcome to the channel, and welcome to the video. We're at Goodwill, one of our usual Goodwill spots. Is my camera too high? I'm not sure. But we're going to get in there, really look for items for eBay, buy low, sell high, continue the journey, trying to, you know, find inventory for our store, keep our store going, finding profitable items, making money. That's what we do around here. Like the video by hit the thumbs up, subscribe, bell notification, and don't forget to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the finds. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. This might be like a, yeah, nothing really that great. There are some Star Wars tiki mugs to be on the lookout for. They do come out of Disneyland, and also higher end tiki makers do make them as well too, so definitely keep your eye out for those. Scope out the glass here. We did get a nice jewelry bundle the other day. Oh, look at this. Well, first of all, a little ukulele here. It's interesting. Ukulele treasure box. Take a look at that. We'll put that in the cart. We'll take a look at that later. Let me make sure the camera is adjusted accordingly. We got, can you even see this? I can't even. Okay, Jim Shore. Jim Shore cats. Interesting. Curious on the pricing on the, I mean, not. Okay. The smaller ones appear to be about $6. I'm going to try to look some of these up and just see really quick. Got the, let's see, a lot of Halloween. All right, let me take a look for a sec. Okay, so we're going to pick up several of the cats. The smaller ones, the larger ones are priced up, just round up to 17. And the smaller ones were 7 each. The medium-sized ones were around 12, so 11. Yeah, I'm rounding up here, so not too bad. From what the comps were looking, what I can potentially get around listed value around 30 each, so we should do pretty good. And then with Halloween coming up, I might keep the Halloween ones. But the thing is, what I did not see in the case, this is that's a wood sculpture there. That's wood? Yeah, that is wood, all right. I'm gonna scan, I don't see any markings on it, but we'll scan it with Google Image. But what I didn't see were the Jim Shore, you've probably seen it in my videos, Jim Shore egg baskets, and my guess is they've come out of the glass. They were probably repriced and placed somewhere. This is a marble. It's got like a, can't really make that out. It's not very well done. Probably would have had a stopper though. Jim Shore egg, did I say that? Egg baskets. They're probably repriced. They're probably out and about on the floor somewhere. So let's keep my eye out for them. I don't know exactly when they would have done that. So odds are they are gone already. Oh, here we go. How did I miss that? There's a Denning mug. Collection piece right there. All right. And what are we paying for that? $2.89. So really cool. All right. All right. Yeah, that's usually a sign. If I see a Denning mug, that's usually a sign that there's going to be some more, hopefully good stuff around here. Well, I mean, we got those cats. So those Jim Shore cats should do pretty well. Not only are they just Jim Shore, which is fairly popular. I find it a lot at Hallmark. But it's cats, and people love cats. I like cats too. Unfortunately, I am very allergic to cats. So I can't have any. Well, I mean, I could. I'd be dying all day. My eyes. It's my eyes. You know, my watery eyes. I talk about that a lot in these videos, you know, with the changing of the weather. I just get such watery eyes. Everything else too, but the eyes are the worst. Okay. You know, here's another one of these. Another one of these marble pieces. I might just scan this just to see. Let me take a look. Okay. I have to restart my phone. For some reason, it's not working right now, so. But check this out as I was walking. What's the price going to be? $22. This is, it's probably not going to be worth picking up for 22. I mean, it's cool, but the smaller ones, it's not the best. As you can see, it's got a cloudy bottom, so it's not highly polished, so we're going to stay away from it. It is cool. If it was 15 or less, I probably would have done it, but plus I already got those Jim Shore cats, so I'm not going to gamble on that one. It's heavy too, so. All right, we're in the toys. Let me fix the camera here. All right. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, this is no, I'm not going to show that one. That might have everything just fell out of it. Okay, we picked that up now, and okay. Check out these bags of figures. Sometimes if you see like dinosaur bags, they might have the I found the Dino Riders, dinosaurs in these, which is pretty cool. Something I collect. There's the Intel guy. For $2, it's not bad actually. Let's put that in there. Now, what we got here? Little trolls. Nothing really there. Okay, we're making our way to electronics here. We're going to take a look at it. Something's flying out of that. Okay, all right. Let me finish up with these bags. I'm gonna finish up with these bags here, and then we move over to electronics. Okay, we quickly looked at electronics. I didn't really see really anything there. I didn't grab anything except from across the way. Oh, I found this game. I don't think I showed you this, but it should go for like 30 to 40. I'm going to open it up, check it out, see if it looks good or not. But, oh, Pottery Barn. We have Paper Lantern. Yeah, I saw Pottery Barn. You know, automatically Pottery Barn just one of those names that triggers something could be good. Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel, Magellan, like a Rolodex thing. I mean, if it's not used, it actually might be good for $2. Let's see here. I'll do that. See. Oh yeah, look at that. I don't think there's any. There's some extra cards back here. Yeah, I think we'll get that for $2. It's in clean condition. Okay. What is this? Corner protectors. I might pick this up just because it could be useful for shipping. It's only $1.79, so I'm always on the lookout for cheap shipping supplies. They do pop up from time to time. Always double check the pricing. Sometimes they'll be priced up, or sometimes they'll have priority boxes for sale. I do see a lot at the flea market trying to sell priority boxes. Those you can get for free. So, all right, I'm gonna keep searching this little miscellaneous aisle, and I'll see what we can find. And now we're at the clear glass. So. Doesn't feel very good. Yeah, it's always hit or miss. Lots of misses. Not that necessarily I'm buying anything, just in what I'm picking up, I should say. There's Jim Beam. Not picking up Jim Beam. Those too common, you know. They do a lot of glassware branded stuff, a lot of branded stuff. Jim Beam, what's the other one? Jack Daniels. So we tend to stay away from those just because there's a lot of them out there. Look for anything cool, unique, interesting distilleries that just don't put too much out there. I've talked about what are those cups called? They're called, the name escapes me now. Little tulip-shaped glasses for whiskey tasting. These are interesting, but I don't think they're really anything. Kind of like in a bar, like beer mug glass. Glencairn, that's what it's called, a Glencairn. Branded Glencairns are pretty rare, so. Glencairns in general, you just don't see them out and about, so. So if I do see them, I won't pick up one, or there's got to be in a set of 4 at least. And if they're branded with something, usually pretty good. All right, let's move on to purses and bags. Okay, so the little ukulele Hawaiian thing is actually a trinket box. So we're going to pick that up because that should be around, if I had to, I think I'm kind of guessing on that one. It's going to be around $30. So I'm hoping, that's what I'm going to list it at least. And hopefully get close to that if we can. Flip the camera around here. One thing you should definitely be able to look out for, I've talked about this before, but old Target items, people do look out for them. Little tiki hut. Nope. It's falling in my face, that's why. Tiki hut. Definitely something to look out for. There's the Target on the bottom there. Let me do this so I can get a thumbnail as well too. So you're gonna get a thumbnail out of this. Let me do this because try to get the stuff out of the background. The things we got to do for YouTube here, or the YouTube algorithm. So look out for these old Target items. Some of the birds can do pretty well. There's a tiki, I know there's a tiki like water dispenser that came out of Target that sells for around $50. There are no sold comps on that soap dispenser, so I'll probably price it a bit high. Probably look about 50 bucks and see what happens. Tiki people are pretty, you know, there's a lot of tiki people out there. I'll tell you that right now. All right, I'm gonna put away a few things like that mother-daughter wood thing that, lost my face, but there it is right there. I'm gonna put that away because that's not really worth it. And everything else is good. We're gonna take everything else in the cart. I got the gym short up at the front, and I'll probably do a little short video on that, on the gym short stuff I picked up. But that's it for the video. That's it for the trip here at Goodwill. We'll see you at the end.
Hey everyone, welcome to the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed that trip over to Goodwill. Just make sure my camera is set up here. Everything's pretty. my picture table and everything's a little busy. You know, it's a little bit of a crazy day today. I'm actually filming this part the morning that I have to get this video out. Just busy. I've already been to the flea market. I've already been to the Goodwill this morning. Got some great items to resell. So we're going to do a little something different. I'm definitely going to talk about sell-through rate a little bit here. And I actually have the items in hand. So I won't... I'll show you what they sold for. And then I'll show you the items. Physically show you the items. Because I have yet to package all these up. These are items that just sold that have to go out today, which is Friday. So, and they're cool. They're unique items. And definitely be on the lookout for these items. Some of them don't necessarily follow sell-through rate or the numbers. And we will discuss that as we go along here. So, busy, very busy week. And, yeah, let's just get into it. Let's get into the what's sold so I can do a little bit of talking points here for this. Let me know what you guys think of the Goodwill trip, too. Look out for that Target home stuff, especially the stuff that's already been retired. It's already a year, 2, 3 years old. It's cheap. It's cheaply made stuff, but people want it. People desire it, especially tiki stuff. Look out for tiki things. The people love tiki. You see us pick up tiki mugs all the time. You can't pay too much for tiki mugs. Some of the rarer ones, some of the more, you know, desirable stuff from Disneyland, obviously going to sell for better profit than the ones, than just generic ones that when you take a vacation over to Hawaii, you get them at a luau or something like that. Those ones will be like around $10 to $15, so make sure you pay accordingly. With that in mind, I should say. Okay. Busy. Good thing I already had coffee, already ate, so you know we're walking. Oh, plus it's Deadpool Wolverine night. I should have probably gone yesterday when it actually came out, but my wife wanted to go tonight, so we're definitely gonna go watch Deadpool Wolverine tonight. Deadpool, obviously one of my favorite characters. Cable from the Marvel Universe is my favorite character of all time when it comes to comic book characters. I've been a huge fan of Cable since he was introduced. Let me know down in the comments if you guys watch Marvel movies, like Marvel movies, superheroes. Let me know what your guys' favorite superhero is. Then it would be Wolverine, of course. Everybody loves Wolverine, and Deadpool was right there. You know, like a close second between Wolverine and Deadpool. But Cable, Cable came out in Deadpool 2, so that was. I watched that movie over and over. I think I watched that movie 2 nights ago as well too. So okay, let's get into the what sold here. Right off the bat, first item here I want to show you guys, and we're going to talk about sell-through rate on this one. These are flower fairies. I did a video, and you saw in the video where I picked these up, they were right around $12 a figure, and they sold for $20. I gotta make sure I move over so you guys can see so I can pop it up over here. So this one sold for a little over $26. You saw that I picked them up for right around $12 each figure, and I really wanted to pick these up. I saw these in the window or in the glass at Goodwill, and they had them priced at something crazy. It was like $27 or $28, which is about what I figured they would sell at. I figured they would sell for right around $25, maybe plus or minus a few bucks here and there. And now, if you look at the data, if you look at sell-through rate, the numbers will tell you not to buy these. But I'm here to tell you, yes, do buy these and get these listed. They will sell for around $25. I paid a little bit much, and I wouldn't necessarily advise anybody to pick these up for $12 a piece. Yeah, just because of the profit margin, we're gonna make about $11 or $12 each on each of these items. Somewhere probably like $11 on each of these items. So it's not gonna hit our mark, but I knew these would be great for eBay, and I got a whole bunch of them. So I think I only have one or two more left. of these fairies. Now, again, if you look at the sell-through rate, you look at the numbers, the numbers will advise you to not buy this item. But I'm here to tell you, yes, buy it. They will sell, and they will sell for right around $25-ish. How do I know this? Experience. I've been doing this for so long. I've sold all kinds of items. Obviously, I have a specialty, and I definitely tend to lean towards that, which are toys and computers. So, not Macs, by the way. Not Macs. Computers. Even though I do sell, I do sell a lot of keyboards. These are Apple keyboards. I do buy and sell a lot of them. But I primarily specialize in non-Apple computer stuff. But if you're doing this for so long, you're going to come across all kinds of items. You're going to gain all kinds of knowledge. And I'm using that knowledge to buy items that I know will sell against the grain or against what the numbers say. Think of the numbers like a digital signal. Digital signals are basically just like a flat square. You'll see like a they go so it's just like a square, like a cut off square, and down, then up, then down. When you look at an analog signal, it's like lots of triangle, like lots of up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So when you convert something to digital, you're cutting off all those peaks. So you're cutting off the peaks on the top, you're cutting off the peaks on the bottom. So you're making these perfect little square tops. And so you're losing data. Every time you convert something to digital, you're losing data. When I take a CD and I go to put it on my, or I take a cassette. Let's just say a cassette. That's a better analogy. Take a cassette or a VHS and you're converting that over to a DVD or to a CD. You're gonna lose some data. And the software is really great at keeping the most important, cleanest part of the data. But you are going to lose some data, there's just no way around it. When you go from analog to digital, you're going to lose something. Something's going to get lost in the translation there. And the same thing with the data. When you look at data, when you look at sell-through rate, it gives you a good picture. And it's a great starting point for a lot of people. And I advise a lot of people to go by sell-through rate when you're first starting out. But as you start to grow, you go 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, 6 years down the road, you should be able to start to identify items that will resell, that maybe the numbers tell you not to do, or you don't even have to rely on the numbers at all. You can just start picking up items and start reselling them. A lot of people do that. A lot of people that have been doing this for 10, 15, 20 years. They just already know, I know I can sell that item, and that's what I do a lot, is I see items and I'm already envisioning the listing. I'm already envisioning how I'm going to sell it. I'm already envisioning the customer that's going to buy this item. I already know what I'm going to price it at. And it may not be what everybody else is pricing things at. It may not be what, is going to sell very fast for other, or it's not going to be what, other people have out there listed that may be sitting there not selling. It may be the same item, but I'll get it done. Well, I should say, I'll get it sold faster and quicker than a lot of people that post it, and it's just sitting out there creating, this fake data, this fake information. Because, I talk about this also too, window dressing. You gotta, really, really make sure you describe your item well in the title. Title structure is very important. Pictures, nice, clear, concise pictures. I include rulers in my pictures because I want everyone to know exactly the height and everything of an item, because sometimes I'm on there looking at items and I'm like, well, what's the height of this thing? I don't know what it is. I don't know what, I need to know, what the dimensions are. Why didn't they show me the back of this thing? Why didn't they show me the bottom of this thing? So as a consumer, as a customer, as someone who purchases on eBay pretty regularly, I order toothpaste on eBay. I get my toothpaste from eBay. So I'm ordering that pretty regularly. I'm getting Lego figures all the time on eBay. So I'm a buyer on eBay. So I know what to look for. And I make sure that those things are in my listing. So that way when someone sees something, they can make, they can hit just buy. What I want them to do is just hit buy. That's what I want them to do. Look at everything, no questions, buy the item, and that's it. And I send it off to them. So I hope that was clear, and I think I kind of, I don't know if I came across clear. I kind of started going off on a tangent in the middle there, but sell-through rate just isn't everything. It could be you could be leaving profit behind if you just stick to sell-through rate. The goal is to kind of grow beyond that, not just stick to it, because you could be leaving a lot of great items behind. Don't get me wrong, though. You can follow sell-through rate all you want. I mean, you can follow sell-through rate your whole reselling life and be pretty successful. However, sell-through rate, I've said this before, sell-through rate is a moving target. What's selling fast right now can change all of a sudden, next month, 2 months from now, a year from now, and then you got to start finding that next thing that sells really fast. And not everybody, depending on where you are in the country, not everybody can necessarily find those high sell-through rate items. So you just got to get good at being a salesman online, and treat your online store just like an in-person store. Don't think it's any different than just you going to the mall or you going to a store or anything like that. You still got to keep fresh items up. You still got to be out there sourcing, looking for great items. Don't list it and forget it. Go on there. See, why is this not selling? What's going on? Is it the pricing? Is it the pictures I have? Is it the title I have? I've talked, and you guys see me. I've made mistakes in my titles, and I got to get better at also make sure to catch those mistakes. Yes, the item's sold, but there was a mistake in there. Could it have sold for more? Could it have sold faster because I misspelled a word? Or just the other day, I also did it. I caught it though, but it was I forgot what word I was trying to get in there, but it kept auto-correcting to something that I really didn't. It sounded just like it, but that's not the word I wanted to use. So make sure you're proofreading everything. Make sure everything's correct, clear, concise, and you'll get your item sold. So look out for fairies. Fairies, fantasy stuff, do incredibly well. I just got a Marc Jacobs fairy as well too, somewhere over there. Marc Jacobs, doesn't, just, well, I think they're ugly, but people really like Marc Jacobs fairies. Definitely look out for them. But fairies, fantasy. I sold this fantasy wizard, pewter wizard, I don't know, a few weeks ago. So that sold really well. Right there, flower fairies. Look out for them. They do really well. Right on $25. Don't pay too much for them. Don't pay $12 like I did. Try to get them for less. I was okay, comfortable paying that amount, and with that profit margin. Would I like to be higher? Yes, but it's okay. All right, on to DVDs. DVDs is another tough subject, but or another tough area to find profit in because there's just so much of it out there. But look out for In Living Color. These sell really, really fast. I got season 1, 2, 4, and 5. Okay, so 1 and 2 don't really sell for too much. Right around $6 to $7 for those ones. Season 4 went for $27, just about $28 or so. This one here was the big one though. 57. I should be looking at mine, making sure I give you guys the correct numbers that I'm flashing on the screen. $57.37. So this is the big one. This probably could have gone for more, but I just sent it an offer, and someone took it. So, and I don't have that much into it, so I'm cool with that. I'm making some good money on this In Living Color, and I already made money on all the In Living Colors I picked up because I already sold the other seasons. I copied them first, though. I got them on my media server, before I listed them. So, season 5, there are DVDs that are worth it. It's just so far and few between. It's a needle in a haystack, which is why I don't really focus in on it too much. If you're doing the volume game, if you're selling volume, then maybe buying a lot of DVDs can be successful for you. It's just not something I'm into, something I'm not really wanting to do. Just sell a bunch of DVDs. I'd rather just glance at the DVDs and look for the big hits. So when I saw In Living Color, I knew In Living Color was one to look out for. And sure enough, I found season 1, 2, and then 4 and 5. And 5 is obviously the one that you really, really want. If you're reselling it, that is. And if you just want to watch it as well, too. I mean, all the seasons you want. I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure there's some people that don't like In Living Color, but a huge fan of Living Color. And technically, I grew up watching In Living Color as a kid. I remember when it first came out. I thought it was hilarious. Inappropriate for a kid. But I've talked about this. I watched a lot of inappropriate stuff, so I probably should not have been watching when I was a kid, but we watched it anyway and loved it. Okay, then another thing to look out for, and I saw a lot of these like clocks, desk clocks, alarm clocks, but they're really cool. Actually, I just picked up another clock today, similar to this. This is actually a barometer. Is it a clock? Oh, it's not even a clock. It's a barometer. I was thinking a clock, but it's not. It's a barometer. It's what do you call it, thermometer, humidity gauge, all that stuff rolled up in one. This is a Taylor, so definitely look out for it. This one sold for $22. Picks up for $2. So pretty good sale right there. $22.84 is what we sold this for. Definitely be on the lookout for these mid-century modern pieces. I do, every time I find like mid-century modern style clocks, those sell really well. I picked up a Pottery Barn, 3 clock. Kind of, you can set it up to how many, wherever you want, the different time zones in the U.S. Maybe places you travel to, you want to see the different time zones, or what time is in that place. So I picked up a Pottery Barn, and that Pottery Barn goes for $30 to $40. So definitely look out for these pieces. Thermometer ones. Look out for clocks like this. Be careful, just because some of them can be very cheaply made and can look like they're quality, but not really. This one is, you kind of get into that touch, that feel. This one can feel very very flimsy or not good quality. It is just plastic, but just, again, using my knowledge, using what I know based on my experience, I knew this was an older piece, and I knew this would definitely sell. Not going to sell for a crazy amount. We're not getting rich off this thing, but it's a great profit that we're making on this item. So definitely look out for it. Just cool, mid-century modern. Yeah, this right here takes me back to Three's Company. That's what this reminds me of immediately, like that styling from that show. So, and I'm a huge Three's Company fan as well too. Okay, those are the items. A little bit different today, so I hope you guys learn something from this. Don't just look at the data and just stick to it and that's it. Try to grow beyond it. Try to look in between the data. Try to use your instinct. Definitely, check on eBay. I always check on eBay just to see what I should be pricing items at. Sometimes I'll pick up an item and be like, I haven't purchased that in a while, so let me just see what they're currently going for. And that's primarily what I rely on the eBay app for, is to see what I could price that item at. Not so much looking at the sell-through rate. I'm already determining, can I sell that, can I not sell that. Sometimes if my wife is with me, I'll refer to my wife and be like, hey, what do you think of this item? Do you think that's cool? Do you think we can get it sold? What do you think? What do you think of the quality of this item? Having a second pair of eyes, second pair of hands, helping you out when you're out and about is, it really does make this just a little bit easier, if you can. However, look out for fairies, fantasy stuff, and living color DVDs. Look out for. There's a lot of other DVDs that can sell really well. I can't think of any that I have right now. Lord of the Rings, the box sets of the extended version of the Lord of the Rings. I just sold one of those. That sold for $28 and some change. It was a complete box set and got it at the flea market, so I paid I think $2 for it, if I remember correctly. Not too much. I don't try to pay too much for them. Sometimes people will price them up because they are Lord of the Rings, and they'll price them like $5 a box set, or $5 for each individual little set that's inside the main box set, and that you can't really pay. But if you can get the whole box set for $5 or less, that'd be pretty good. So there are definitely some DVDs out there, but it's just a huge market. It's so flooded full of DVDs that it's tough. I mean, everything's tough. This whole thing is finding all these items are tough. I was already at the flea market. I was already at the Goodwill searching for items, hunting down items. It was hot. We're thirsty. We're getting hungry. It's not easy. It is tough. So don't think that this can't, that me just showing you this in these videos, that's it. I'm just finding these automatically. I'm out there a lot looking for items, hunting down items, but that's what I like. I like the hunt. I like hunting, finding items, and of course if I can find cool items to add to my collection, that's even better. Just like that Lego set in the last video, which is in my collection. In living color, technically it's in my collection. I was able to put it on my media server, so that's pretty cool. Otherwise, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoy the weekend. Yeah, just like the video, hit thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below, bell notification, and see you in the next one.